Dominic. It's like it was Dominic Daly that was the junior. That got the rushing touchdown for Maryvale, cut it down to a 1-point lead.
All right, we're back up now. I think we were gone for a little bit, but we should be back up on all our channels. We share this out in our groups.
Oh, blocked? Looks like that was blocked by Olean on the PAT. So Orchard Park getting a touchdown, cutting it to a 1-point lead. Oh, I just got an update from Bobby.
Still
He's
waiting
at
on-
all high, end of the first quarter. McKinley 26, Amherst nothing.
All right, you can see our Octobox games we've been following. I think we're still waiting on Orchard Park Lancaster. We're told that should be up any minute now. But we got some new games in. Again, Maryvale Olean was a late ad in there. So yeah, a lot going on. Can we check in on game number 7, West Seneca East and Cheektowaga? I don't know how much you've been following that while I was gone, but it looks like it's 14-0. West Seneca East is up. About 5:10 to go in that second quarter.
Yeah, I think we kind of went back and forth between that and Fredonia because Fredonia scored. We went back to it, and West Seneca East scored as well. Didn't see who got that touchdown though for the Trojans to go up 2 scores. Just taking a look to see if there's any updates. Any scores going on. Just nothing yet.
We pull up the live scoreboard real quick because I think we got a bunch of new viewers on. Yeah, you can see those scores right now. That's a live look at the games we're getting in. We're getting them in live on Twitter, on where the games we're watching, on Facebook from people commenting. So if you're at a game right now and your score is not up to date, send it in to us. Comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube, put it on Twitter. We're keeping an eye on everything going on right now, but you can see some of those live scores right now on tonight in Section 6. And technically Monsignor Martin because St. Mary's is one of those games, though we don't have an update yet from JFK as they're opening their stadium tonight. Again, we are still working on Orchard Park Lancaster. That should be up any moment now. If we can head back to the Octobox, see all the games that we are following tonight. Oh, it looks like game number 7's in the red zone. And I think Cheektowaga just scored.
Well, they did, yeah. So 14-6.
Looks like a timeout before Cheektowaga is going to either make or try the extra point or try the 2-point conversions. But the Chargers get on that board after a big start from West Seneca East. Game number 2 in the red zone.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. That'd be
So is the scoreboard cut off on your end, Jeremy? It's still 0-0. Okay. We have the monitor in here kind of cuts off some of the screen on our end, but it may not cut off as much on yours. So we're being told 3rd and 6 on the 11 for Sweet Home. Jake, you have this roster here.
Yeah, I do. How about that, though? Still scoreless here between both teams. And nice little jog by the receiver. Looked like that was a jump there, so penalty. It's going to be on Sweet Home. It's going to push him back. So if that's that right, 4:31 left in the first half. No score between Sweet Home and Clarence. This is definitely, when it comes to like divisional games early on, this is one game to definitely be looking forward to. Just very young on the offense for Sweet Home. And then on the Clarence side of things, having a brand new head coach. It looks like Sweet Home is actually getting ready. So they're going to go. Pressure right away and went right over the head of his receiver, falling incomplete.
Tell QB was a little rushed on that one. Nice job by the Clarence defense getting to the quarterback on that one, causing error throw, causing 4th down. Now, remember last year, Sweet Home had that amazing kicker who could kick from like 50 yards. I think he graduated. I guess we'll find. Oh, I guess he. All right, Sweet Home's gonna kick it. This is a real weapon to have.
And with that camera just.
I think it's number 2.
Looks like it might be number 2. So for the field goal try here, snap is down. And the kick is good. So Sweet Home starting it off with the scoring up 3-0 on Clarence. And it was number 2. Quentin Wilhelm is a returning man, one of the returning men on this year's Sweet Home team. The senior getting the field goal to help his team go up 3-0. So great job by Sweet Home. They're able to capitalize on their strength that time. Couldn't get the conversion on the 3rd down try, but it's always great to it's always great to have a guy who has a big leg, is accurate. That's why special teams can be so crucial at any point of football. Jeremy, do you got anything else on the Octobox? Anything else? Anyone driving? See on the far right side. Oh, looks like Southwestern Frewsburg. They're going to score. They just scored. That was number 8. And once again, Braden Fuller. I think that's the second time we've called his name before. I don't know how many total touchdowns he has so far, but I know we have at least 2 of them. So, looks like that's a 20-6 score now. Southwestern Frewsburg up on Fredonia. It looks like they might just kick the PAT as well. So here's one. Looks like Olean Maryvale, one of the games that we didn't originally have on our original 8, but we put on. Olean looks like they're driving down the field. 5:59 to go in the first half for them. It's very tough to see on that screen that let's say 7-6 in favor of Maryvale, or no, it's Olean. Oh yeah, because I can see the arrow. So Olean's up 7-6. So they're trying to look to extend that lead. From that snap, gonna just ground and pound and take it close to the 5. Okay, so that was a 1st and goal play, not 4th and goal. So 1st and goal. Got it picked up about, looked like to be 4 yards there. Olean looking like to have a pretty good team this season. I know in their first week, they had a tough battle against Salamanca. Lost that one. It was a close one, 19-13. They just run it right up the gut. They just scored. So Olean is going to extend that lead now 13-6. And to see who scored there, that was, looks like it was number 4, Dominic Hurleman, the senior running back, that took that 6 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. So that's now a 13-6 lead. Jeremy, why don't we take a look at the Will North Niagara Falls game? It looks like Niagara Falls has it. Looks like they're at the 22. Yeah, they're at the 20. Okay, so from that snap, Niagara Falls, they had pressure off the edge, trying to roll up and got brought down. Looked like it was a fumble, too. They're signaling they have it. No official word yet. Now it's there. Will North. How about that, bringing that action to you? Niagara Falls in the red zone. Play there. Quarterback fumbles it. Will North recovers it. So they got 4:32 to go in that matchup in the first half. You got Lancaster? OP Lancaster? Okay, folks, so here's one of the more anticipated games of the night that we're going to get to you soon, and we got it right there. Looks like Lancaster just looked like they added it to be 14-12, and then they went to break. Looked like they were adjusting the score there, Jeremy, and they went to break right away. Very anticlimactic. I apologize for that, folks. But we finally got OP Jamestown. OP Lancaster, excuse me. Yes. I'm thinking of OP Jamestown. I have them later this month. Yes. Well, Francis, very anticlimactic. We got it up and running, and then they went to break right away.
I know. All right, yeah, but I was just on the phone with them, and we were just getting through some technical stuff, but we got through it. You could see it's back up.
Why don't we go back to it real quick just so that everyone can just see the score real quick. So Lancaster's up on, like I was like, Orchard Park 14-12 with just 3:34 to go in the first half.
Jacob asked about Depew, and I believe Depew played last night, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, they did.
Depew played last night. They fell 40-20 to Iroquois, so that's why you're not seeing them up tonight, because they played last night. But that's okay, Jacob. You can continue to join us here on the Empire State EndZone. So you can take a look at that Octobox. Is game number 7 in the red zone, or at least close to it? Is that my eyes deceiving me?
Well, if it's Fredonia or Dunkirk, they have this thing called replays that have been kind of deceiving us too.
All right, well, Will East is in the red zone, and West Seneca East. Oh my goodness, I'm losing it. Oh, you're right. You know what? I'm getting all my East confused. It's the West Seneca, Williamsville, all the W's and those Easts are confusing to me. Speaking of, you know what? I should apologize to the audience. I was taking care of other stuff. What's the latest on Will South Pioneer?
Actually, we haven't been to that one in a bit. But we'll take a look at it real quick just to see what the score could be at.
That is game number 4. We just go right to 4. Or it looks like they're at halftime. Yeah, it looks like halftime 16-0 Will South, right? Okay, 16-0 Will South. A little cut off on our end, but with 16-0 Will South. So why don't we head back to game number 7, where West Seneca East was driving. Of course, this was the team that I was so excited about because I saw them last Thursday put up a big win against Star Point. So it looks like a timeout. Is that second down? I don't know where the down marker is. Oh, the down marker, they put it down. I think it's 2nd and 5. You can see they're picking it up right now. Oh, 4th down. Hold on. Okay, we need to lock in for this. And, did what I think just happen, Jake? Were you paying attention?
I was taking a look at the roster.
He was looking down. I think Chautauqua jumped offside on 4th and about 5 or 6. Let me pull out my notes here, get the roster out.
Well, the refs are going to talk about this. We're taking a nice discussion here to see, who's that penalty on.
Yeah, I think I see someone on the Chautauqua sign saying no, it was a false start.
It's going to be encroachment on the defense.
So we'll see. Is that going to be enough for the first down?
Because I think that first down marker's at the 10.
Yeah, I think it's just 5 yards. I wasn't sure if...
Yeah, they moved it, so it's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 10. Well, after this play, we'll go back to...
They're going to try and throw this one. And he made the catch. Did he get in? No, he just missed out on it.
All right, let's go to OP Lancaster. Looks like we have some kind of update from there. Looks like... All right, Lancaster's in the red zone. We'll go back to that in a second, because West Seneca East is also in the red zone. 2nd and goal. We just saw a bobbled snap, and then DJ Benker tried to heave a prayer that was caught, but a little bit out of bounds. That might have been the play of the week if he had 1 foot in bounds.
Yeah, no doubt about it. In fact, I saw one a couple days ago for the Lakeshore South Park game where a guy, Tom and I were looking through the replay of it, looked like he caught it on his side, but used his back to reel it in because the ball went behind him a bit, and then he quickly, moved that ball up front to where he's able to cradle it and then complete forward progress. But this one here for West Seneca East, the Lancaster, we just heard that they just scored. See if we can take a look on a replay if we might have it here. Here we go. Just got one block, cut it to the outside. Took it for 6 there. I don't know if you have the roster sheets for that one. Francis.
Was that game number 1? Yes, I do have that roster.
Looked like that might have been number 2.
Notes here. All right. Game number 1. Number 2 would be Chase Siglani, wide receiver DB for Lancaster. If I could look up what he did. All right, PET is no good. Can we check back in with Game 7? Game 7 happening. Do we know what down that is?
Nope. Well, looks like that's going to be a third. It should be 3rd and goal, if not 4th and goal.
Okay.
So that
Still
ball
figuring
was
out the down. Oh, see, I'm seeing a 3rd down marker on the other side.
So that should be 3rd and goal. Ball was at the 6. Okay, so just heard that Newfane just went up 22-0. Yeah, it was Jake Morello for Newfane that broke 3 on a 30-yard run for a touchdown.
All right, 3rd and goal for West Seneca East, as they have a 14-6 lead over Cheektowaga. About 8:34 to go in the second quarter. So West Seneca East looking for their third touchdown of the day, take a 2-score lead in this one. West Seneca East lines up. And it looks like we have a false start. So that will take West Seneca East back a little bit. We do see a second flag here. We'll see. Was it on the... Were they talking about the same thing, or could we have a second penalty? When we stick here for a second and check. Jeremy,
we just got a scoring update. Dunkirk's up on Albion 28-0. An onside kick recovery by Dunkirk at the Albion 30, and then Liam McQuiggan on the next play went for a 30-yard touchdown.
All right, so that penalty was against West Seneca East. It'll stay third down. I'm going to ask my producer, Jeremy, to keep it here, but check an eye on our Octo box, see if there's anything else we should be aware of as we watch this play on third down. Here's Benker rolling out to the right. He throws, and that is caught, waiting for a signal.
Yeah, it's touchdown.
Touchdown. My eye says that was number 7, Connor Hall, but that was very far away for the touchdown. But Benker threw it, and West Seneca East has a 20-6 lead, 8:29 to go in this second quarter. Where should we go to next?
Well, let's take a look at the Niagara Fall game real quick. I just got an update from Adam Gorski. 2-play drive. Michael Taylor hit Christian Palmer on a 27-yard deep shot, and then found Darrell Smith for a 29-yard touchdown connection with a great one-handed grab. 7-7 tied with just over a minute to go till halftime.
All right. Why don't we check our Octo box right now? We know we should be getting an update from the Chautauqua Lake Portville game soon. Our Carson Hayek is there, and he's going to give us a live halftime report from there. He's going to call in to us. I can take a look at our Octo box. Only one game in an ad break. Oh, no, they're all going on. I think this is one of the coolest shots ever. It looks like, when we check out game 2, it looks like Clarence just scored at game 2. Jeremy. I'll check on there. Looks like Jeremy's going to have to tell us the score because it's blocked off on our monitor.
That's 7. Okay,
7-3 Clarence.
Just scored.
It looks like 15 seconds left in that second quarter. Okay. So Clarence gets on the board first, takes the lead as halftime quickly approaches there. Why don't we take another look at game number 6, which I'm told is nearing halftime. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I was wrong. It's the Portville game, which we weren't able to get a feed of. That's what we're going to get an update from. But this one right now, Olean looks like they're driving down a score with about 2 minutes left. I'm going to guess that's the second quarter. Snap. Oh, ball hits the tarp. Quarterback going to try to take it. Tries to get out of trouble. He ends up getting sacked. Does keep the ball, though. So big loss for Olean. They do keep the ball. And I love this uniform combo right now. You have like Olean looking like the old school 49ers, and then the Maryvale, and they're all whites, which I'm usually not a fan of, but maybe it's just because of the way the field is. Like, this works.
It does work very well. And also, speaking, of the all-white unis, Lakeshore had some really good all-white uniform combinations with the white helmets. Very similar to what Maryville has, but instead of that, obviously, maroon color for Maryville, Lakeshore has that all-white helmet with the same, wing pattern on the helmet.
All right, what else is going? Can you let us anything going on else in the Octo box, Jeremy? Why don't you bring up the Octo box since this one is in a timeout? Let's see. Game 4 is in a timeout.
I think Niagara Falls is driving again.
Yeah, why don't we check out game number 5?
They are. So they got 47.9 seconds left. 0.9 seconds left. That looks like to be the first half. I think I just saw it with Gorski. See if he mentioned it. Oh, quick. See here real quick.
I think the QB kind of took it out to the right side. Oh, he's still on his feet.
Well, he got inside the 20.
Yeah.
Put him at the 16.
The very athletic play, take off on second down. Tackled in bounds. The clock's out momentarily for the first down. But as soon as they set it, the clock will restart. But still a good chunk gain as the clock restarts.
I got a scoring update with another team, but we'll see how this one is.
It looks like that was just a spike. So good clock management by Niagara Falls. 26.8 left. Jake, what's that update?
So it's for Newfane and Frankenville-Ellicottville. Cameron Mendel on the first play of the drive took it to the house for 10 yards out. So it looks like they probably had a really big kick return. But Newfane is still up on Franklin-Ellicottville, 22-6, 5:04 to go in the first half.
All right, there's gonna be second down for Niagara Falls. Snap of the shotgun. QB rolls to his right, looking for somewhere to go. He throws over the middle. He's caught. Touchdown, Niagara Falls. Wolverines take the lead.
That's a big one, too, especially on the road. Getting that late in the first half, such a big momentum builder for your team. And he's able to sling it in there with just under 19 seconds to go in the first half. That's a big one for Niagara Falls.
So Niagara Falls takes the lead. We'll keep it here for the extra point, and we'll take a look at our Octo box, see if there's anything else in there. We probably should take a break soon. I don't know if you took a break while I was gone.
We did not. Honestly, I want to give a shout out here because it's not football related, flag football related. During that halftime for Pioneer and Williamsville South, looks like
the Falls just scored on the 2-point conversion, so it's going to be 15-7 Niagara Falls. As we take a look at our Octo box right now, it looks like claim number 2 is officially gone to halftime. What's that? Oh, red zone here for Southwestern. Run up the middle. Touchdown, Southwestern Frewsburg.
And that would be number 12, Trent Lewis. 5 touchdowns for him last game. Gets a big one there. Extend that lead 27-6.
All right, on that note, is anything else in the red zone? Doesn't look like it. Why don't we...
looks like they're not... Looks like that scoring update we had between Dunkirk and Albion, 34-0.
34-0 right now. Why don't we check in with game number 3?
So Albion's got it. They're going to chuck this one downfield, and it was almost picked off.
It's like Lancaster is going to the half right now, up 27-12. Yeah, that's officially a halftime score, 27-12. Lancaster over Orchard Park. That one. Yeah, why don't we, Jake, I think we're overdue. We probably should take a break, give a chance to ourselves to catch our breath. We'll come back with our live scoreboard, and we'll continue having fun here on the Empire State EndZone.
At Richmond Vona, we are seriously dedicated to bettering the communities that we serve. You will get super high level communication, and you are getting a team of dedicated attorneys, paralegals. If you put your trust in us and hire us, we promise to take care of everything. Call us as soon as possible so we can start the investigation to fight to get you the settlement you deserve.
Wingnuts. You still got to go.
Have you guys tried Room 40 yet?
Looking for the perfect spot to throw your next party? Say hello to Room 40, our private event space at both Wingnuts locations. Maybe you got a birthday, a graduation, anniversary, business event, rehearsal dinner, or even a sports banquet. From intimate get-togethers to rowdy celebrations, Room 40 is built to handle it all and fits up to 60 guests, with custom food and drink packages, flexible setups, legendary Wingnuts hospitality, and all the wings you can handle. If you're planning a celebration or get-together in Buffalo, this is where the party's at. Local vibes, zero stress, all fun. Book Room 40 today and throw a party Buffalo won't forget. Hit the link in our bio or visit wingnutsbuffalo.com/room40 to book now.
All right, well, we'll get
I'll go if you go to Wingnuts.
Deal.
All right, welcome back, Empire State EndZone. Why don't we go back? It looked like in game number 3, it looked like it was, I think, Dunkirk drive. Albion was driving down 34-0 in the second quarter of that game. Thanks to Dunkirk Public Access for providing us this amazing feed for this one. So
I saw from on Twitter Braden Carmen saying that 34-0 lead. It was a Jaden Kenner interception, and Javier Battle punched it in from 1 yard out to make it be 34-0. But I think as far as we've seen Albion so far, deep into Dunkirk territory, they got 13 seconds left too.
Throw, and it was kind of close there. It looks like it was caught out of bounds around the 15. Looks like Bo Preston is your starting quarterback for Albion. He's a 10th grader. Didn't catch who that was thrown to, but it's going to create, looks like a second or a third and short for the Purple Eagles. As we get ready for the next play, Damon University is a private university in Amherst, New York, offering undergraduate and graduate level degrees. Visit damon.edu to schedule a tour today. And, we'll get to this next ad read after this play. As Albion lines up third and short inside the 20. Snap, QB, rolls to the left, throws. That one is knocked straight down. Great play by the defender there from Dunkirk. Knocked it down, forced fourth down and short. Richmond Vana LLC is committed to you. Being involved in a serious accident creates a whirlwind of changes. We know how serious the effects of a car accident can be on victims and their families. At Richmond Vana LLC, we have helped our clients recover over $175 million. We have the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today, or visit richmondvana.com. Again, we want to thank our sponsors. They're the ones who make this possible. And if you're looking to support high school sports, please reach out. Send us a email to Frank F. Wolf at WI Athletics, or reach out to us on our social media pages if you want to help support high school athletics. Again, thank you to our sponsors, including Damon University and Richmond Vana.
And then some other sponsors to thank real quick. Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order for takeout. Open Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com. And by SUNY Cortland. SUNY Cortland stands out as one of New York's top public universities, a medium-sized school that offers academic strength across 68 majors, a high quality of student life, and a degree that pays back graduates. Visit www.cortland.edu to schedule a visit today. We also like to thank Pathfinder College Planning, Dan Cha-Cha Injury Attorneys, 510 Toy Shop and Sports Cards, The Mental Match with Sam Recco, Canisius High School, St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute, St. Francis High School, Trent's Trophy, which is recognizing the top linemen in Western New York, Lewis & Lewis PC, 37 Franklin Street in Buffalo, New York, and Colvin Cleaners, Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, New York.
All right, stand by, folks, as you take a look at our live score right now. What's going? We just got another scoring update. Chautauqua Lake is up 21-0 over Portville. We're going to have that update in a second, and we're also going to have our very own Carson Hayek, who is at the game right now. He is joining us live from halftime where that game just went. Carson, we just mentioned 21-0 Chautauqua Lake. Tell us how it happened.
For Chautauqua Lake, to say the least, defensively, they've really limited Portville. They have, I believe here, 3 turnovers in the first half. So defensively, they've held Portville's offense and limited them. Offensively, Braden Gibbs with a 50-yard touchdown pass to his guy Olson made it 7-0 earlier, 3:03 in the first quarter. And then Gibbs once again threw a 55-yard touchdown pass to Carson Fairbanks with 13 seconds left in the first quarter. And then 8:31 left in the second quarter. Gibbs threw his 3rd touchdown pass of the first half. This man Hughes, the tight end, made it 21-0 for the Eagles. So far it's been all Chautauqua Lake, and the Ty Harper era has been going well.
Yeah, second game of the year for Ty Harper. And not of the year, of really, it was due time for with Chautauqua Lake. We talk about a Portville team that has been really in the thick of it last couple of years in Class C, and they had a win last week. How do you think Portville finds their way back into this game? What is their path?
Well, it's been tough for them offensively. Like I mentioned, the turnovers have really killed them. I believe they really only had one drive getting to the red zone. It was up, I believe, about a 60-yard screen pass to their running back. So for them, they're going to have to take some shots down the field. Right now, Aiden DeFazio, he's thrown a couple interceptions. So really comes down to just resetting your mind here, I think, especially early in the second half. If they can do that, the quote was always said that, Chautauqua Lake, they scored 21. What's stopping you from scoring 21 in the second half if they can do it in one half, right? So I think for them, it's coming down, resetting, settling in a little bit. They're definitely going to have to win the turnover battle, cause a few turnovers themselves if they want any chance to come back in it. Because right now, this is a really tall mountain for them to climb.
All right, Carson, thank you for joining us, and we'll hear from you after the game. Carson is at the game. He's going to get post-game interviews, and then once he's all done, he's going to call back and give us a recap of how it went. But, Carson, thank you for joining us, and we'll hear from you soon.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that was Carson Hayek. He's called a couple games for us this year and years past, and right now he made the trip down there solo and covering this important game for us. So we appreciate that. We were going to try to pull up that feed. Unfortunately, it wasn't available. Pull it live. Luckily, we have Carson there. Getting a lot of games. Looks like are each of our games at halftime. I want to see game number 4 might be starting back up with the second half. Remember, that was the one that took us by surprise how quick they started.
Yeah, looks like it's.
Oh yeah, they're into it right now.
Pioneer. Real quick. Well, we got a second here. I just want to mention, something that was really cool that happened during the halftime of this game.
You could see what was going on during halftime.
No, well, it was posted on social media. So, as we all know, with it being football related, this time, flag football related. As we know, Pioneers flag football team won the first ever state flag football championship for Section 6. 2 of their players were honored as New York State Flag Football Players of the Year in Jaden Lederman and Ellie Edwards. So congratulations to those 2 ladies. They were phenomenal on that Pioneer squad, and they were a big part of them heading to that state championship victory they had earlier this year. So congratulations to both of them.
Yeah, the Pioneer, one of the best teams in Western New York flag football. I thought they really had a chance to be, state champions. Just fortunately, wait, did they?
The Pioneer did win it.
I did.
They did. They came back and won it.
Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. It's 8:30. I was dealing with helping out the OP Lancaster games getting settled, and I'm out of it. But yeah, Pioneer. We saw them firsthand a couple of times, and that community has really embraced the girls' flag football. And remember, I think it was 2 years ago, we went out to a game at Pioneer, a flag football playoff game, and it felt a little bit like a Friday Night Lights like you're seeing right now on your screen. That atmosphere.
You remember how that game ended?
Oh, that's right. That was on the last 2 plays, right?
Goal line, 4th and goal. I do forget who they played against, but Lily Kless had the
Will North. It was right.
Will North. Okay, it was Will North. She had a flagpole on 4th and goal down at their own 1, pulls it right before, right as the clock expired, and they were able to win it and then move on from it.
Wow, look at that play by Amir Caesar. He was going to his right, almost tackled. Defender was right there, and somehow gets out of it, breaks to the left, and I think he got himself a first down, if not really close. He turned what should have been, and no, I take that back. It looks like there was a false start in the play, so illegal formation, so that'll bring that back. So I don't want to say all that good work for nothing, but it's not going to count for his team as they move back on second down.
See if there's any other scores here. Let's see if we go back to the Octobox, see if there's anyone else back in action. Looks like we don't have.
It's like, yeah, I think everybody else.
Yeah, it looks like it's just still Will South and Pioneer on our end that's still going.
In the meantime, while we wait for the next play, logistics. Oh, and that's a touchdown for Will South. On that 2nd and 10, I think that was from about the 40. See if we can get a number on who scored there. But Will South gets on the board once again. 22-0 pending a PAT try.
And it was tough to see. It might have been there's 3 guys there that have it looked like it was like a 20 number. So that was either Patrick Peter, Ryan Knabb, or Danny Laris. But either way, great job for them extending that lead, keeping the shutout going. Looks like they got the PAT as well. So that's going to put them up at 23-0, 7:24 to go there in the third quarter.
Ramon just commented on Facebook. He's like, did Bennett play today? And the answer is they're playing right now. They're facing Washington Masonian. That's in Ohio. We are still waiting for. Have we gotten any score updates from them today? I don't think we have.
13-0 one, but that.
Yeah. Okay, so the last update we had, second quarter, Bennett was down 34-0 to Washington Masonian, their team in Ohio. Bennett is in Ohio, the Buckeye State, as some would call it. So they're falling in that one. But an opportunity really for a test. Coach McDuffie likes taking his team out of state, getting these big tests because they want to be playing in, the state playoffs, and you got to play these games to get ready for them. That we go back to our Octobox. So Will South just scored. As we kind of wait for another game to get into the red zone, I want to remind you guys, Logistics Plus of Buffalo, for all your transportation needs, full truckload, LTL, dedicated, and drop trailer moves. Logistics Plus Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalo@logisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehouse needs.
So right now we see some teams still trying to warm up. Looks like West Seneca East just kicked off the second half.
Is game number 2, I think it's at midfield, but I think they've restarted play there. It looks like Sweet Home has the ball, 10:51 to go in the third. Looks like a penalty is pushing them back a little bit. But Sweet Home down 7-3 right now at home against Clarence, a matchup of that sectional semifinal last year in Class A. A battle between 2 very good quarterbacks, right? Bryce Tubin and Rocco Penapinto. But both of them have moved on to from their high school. So different cast of characters on the field for both teams. Snap on first down. Run.
Oh, he's got a lot of room.
Out the middle. I know Jake has the Sweet Home roster, I believe.
Yeah, it's
Ramon, thank you, by the way, for watching us tonight and sending us in. And if you are anywhere, be sure to send us any scores and make sure you share this stream with your friends. Hopefully you're having fun with us, whether you're joining us, you guys are joining us either at the field, in the stands while you're watching your game, or you're at home just relaxing on this beautiful Friday night in place we call Buffalo, New York.
So that was Xavier Allen that was on the carry to bring up a second down at about 7. He's feeling that pressure right away. Just going to go ahead and take it himself, cutting it to the outside. He got the first down and a couple of yards more. It's like going into Clarence territory, close to the 42-43, but
why don't we check on game number 7? I think West Seneca East had just kicked off before we took this game full. Why don't we see what's going on there? It looks like we do have an injury, unfortunately, over there. So we'll head back to Sweet Home which is game number 2. Like Sweet Home with the ball on first down. Why don't you take this, Jake?
yeah, so like I was mentioned before, Xavier Allen, he's their dual threat guy. Last game for him, he had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, went 6 for 10, but he also led the team in rushing yards with 97. So they got a fresh set of downs, and everyone moved.
All right, while we're waiting for them to sort things out, G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness equipment. Locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. Visit livefit.com. All right, Jeremy, what's going on in our Octobox? Okay, so we're seeing some kickoffs right now.
We might have something.
What about game
left.
5?
Game 5, we got something. That looked like a big return.
Yeah, it looks like Niagara Falls. Yeah, kickoff return for the Falls.
I don't think it was a kickoff return, but it was a big.
I don't know, but look at the. I mean, it's 11:44 left. So I mean, they're just starting their. They're starting the second half.
They were deep in their own territory too.
So yeah, big play for Niagara Falls. Looks like they're on the Williamsville North 35. Remember, this is a North team coming off a tough loss to Jamestown last week. They made the big trip down to Strider Field. And this Niagara Falls team, meanwhile, a close loss to Bennett. So we'll see if Niagara Falls, they have a lead in this game, and the ball, can they add on to it? Snap. Handoff by number 4 up the middle to the running back. He takes it. Makes a good run there. It's going to be enough for a first down for the Wolverines. I'm going to go and find my Niagara Falls, Williamsville North roster. Here it is. Let me move away this stuff here. So many papers.
A lot of papers.
I know. It's because we want to be prepared, folks. We hope you're enjoying this. And this papers keep moving. That's okay.
Yeah, all the paper rattling.
All right. Niagara Falls, first down. They line up in the I formation. Snap. Handoff to the fullback. He gets a little head up the seam, a little old school play. Catches Jeremy by surprise. Gets about 3 yards. That's not what caught Jeremy off guard. All right, then we'll have to fix that. Which game ended up in the feed for Indiana? Well, that was on YouTube, so we'll have to check out that. So don't worry, Jeremy will figure that out as we're here with Niagara Falls.
By the way, who was Indiana playing?
Purdue.
Oh, so Indiana High School.
All right, pistol formation for the Wolverines. Toss to the left side. It looks like that's number 2, Terrence Cole, who was stopped in the backfield. Will North defenders, you mentioned it, Jake. Nice job reading that play and getting there, making the stop.
That was very good. Very good east to west motion there. Speed going to the outside on that outside run.
Okay. Okay. You want to check their YouTube page? Okay. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on their page for now. Hopefully they can get it back up there. Fredonia playing Southwestern Fruiser. We also have a couple of reporters at the game sending up live tweets there as well. As Niagara Falls on third down. Quarterback.
Oh, he's still going.
Chuck it.
Oh, was that caught?
I think that was caught.
Oh my!
Wow.
Goodness, what a play, Niagara Falls.
Michael Taylor. Look at, that was number 4, right? I think is the quarterback, Michael Taylor. Man, escapes pressure and chucks it. Actually, he didn't really chuck it. He threw a nice dart down the field, and that's going to put the Wolverines, give them a first down, put them squarely in the red zone.
And it looked like on that previous play, he tried to roll out to his left, saw pressure, came back to the right, and just had to throw that one off. Do have a scoring update. Newfane and Franklinville-Ellicottville. Newfane's up 36-6, and they just hit halftime.
All right, when we head to game number 2, and we'll check back in with the Niagara Falls-Bill North game in a second.
Wow,
Sweet Home up the middle,
Goal
stopped. Why don't we head back right now to Williamsville North, Jeremy? That is our game number 5. Pop in there. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and short for the Wolverines. Niagara.
Second down, and it was like second.
Oh, you think he's like 2nd and 8? They're still outside the 10.
Looks like they got to get to the 5 to pick up the first.
Shotgun snap to Taylor. Looks. Still looking. Plenty of protection in front of him. Now he's going to go to his left. Still looking to throw. He does. Over to the right side. And that one's going to be incomplete. Why don't we head back?
No, it's touchdown.
Oh, it's a touchdown.
So the camera didn't pick up the corner part. Someone on the far corner of the end zone caught that for a touchdown. It's going to be tough to say who that was, but I tell you what, Michael Taylor.
Yeah, he looks
I
good.
love how patient he is being in that pocket and trying to find the open guy when he can.
All right, do we have an update in the Sweet Home game? No, it's still in a timeout. Okay, that was the other one I wanted to keep an eye on.
Sweet Home just called timeout.
Sweet Home just called timeout. So we'll head back to Niagara Falls. We'll have our producer, Jeremy, keep an eye on the Sweet Home game as we head back for the Wolverines as they decide whether to attempt an extra point or go for 2. Going to be an extra point. Snap. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So Wolverines take a 22-7 lead. 7:40 left in the third. Niagara Falls looking for their first win of the year. They look dynamic. As why don't we head back to Sweet Home, who was just in a timeout. Looks like they're still in a timeout. 6:24 to go. I believe it's still 7-3. Yep. Jeremy? Still 7-3. Sorry, I know you can see it at home well, but the monitor Jake and I have, it cuts off the edges of All right, why don't we skip over to game number 1, where Orchard Park is about to enter the red zone. Why don't we stick with them for a play?
Extending his arms and hanging on
While
to
we
the
wait
foot.
for them, when we head back to Sweet Home, I think they were setting up. We'll keep an eye on this Lancaster OP. Lancaster, you can see 27-12 lead, 6:20 to go in the third quarter of that one. Snap. And
He had pressure to the right side.
tried some misdirection.
Oh, he's still going.
He's going to score.
Wow. Wow.
Jake, who is that?
Holy cow.
I need to know that kid's name.
He's the dual threat QB for Sweet Home. That was Xavier Allen. I mean, I mentioned earlier, in this broadcast, he had 2 touchdowns last week. He had 97 yards on the ground, and you can see it why. Dual threat ability that is so key to have as a quarterback for your high school football team, and that is the reason why.
Jake, I just looked down at the replay because it played on our screen, my screen here. That was 4 guys that came right at him, and he went backwards, which is usually a big no-no. All right, Orchard Park's at the 1. We'll keep an eye on this one. Right
Do we
now.
have that as a score, 27-12? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I think we probably should do the scoreboard soon, maybe after this one wraps up.
But hey, you know what? Michael Taylor for Niagara Falls, Xavier Allen for Sweet Home. Dual threat guys, staying patient, knowing when to go or knowing when to throw. And they've been very
Back-to-back
successful.
touchdowns right here on the Empire State end zone.
I think that give is the number 10. He scored. Orchard Park just scored. That was number 10, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I think that's me. Let me pull that up. Through my papers. That is Patrick Budney with the score, number 10, to make it a one-score game, I believe, for the Quakers in that one. Yeah. Oh, they got to go for 2. But it looks like Orchard Park is going to...
Well, they kicked the PAT.
He's kicking the PAT.
So now it's still technically a
still
one-score game because they
game.
kicked the PAT. So now they have a chance to go for 6, try to get the 2 after that.
See, look, just an inside handoff right there to the left side. Why don't we head back to our Octo box, see what else is going on. We're going to add in a couple more scores in just a second, and we'll bring up our live score. Well, actually, it's worth running through that at this point.
Okay, real quick, that touchdown that Niagara Falls had, that was Michael Taylor to Daryl Smith for a 14-yard passing touchdown. That's our man Adam Gorski, who's at that Well North Niagara Falls game. We'll hope to get a quick talk from him once that game goes final.
Looks like the Fredonia stream is back working, Jeremy, so he can work on bringing that up. Looks like right now it's 34-6 Southwestern Frewsburg with about 7:28 to go on that one.
Well, and speaking of that,
third.
Yeah, speaking of that one, we just got that score. Trent Lewis was in the end zone for Southwestern Frewsburg, 21 yards, 34-6. Southwestern Frewsburg's up on Fredonia.
All right, good. We are back. All 8 games. There's action going. It doesn't get much better than this.
No, it doesn't. I mean, if you're a big football fan, whether it's pros, college, even like down to the high school level, this is very fun and exciting to see all this in action, in synchronization too. Just seeing 8 games at the same time, just battling it out. And we're going to take you one here. Olean against Maryville. I believe Olean's up in this game 14-6, just over 5 to go in the third. Maryville trying to at least tie this game up or cut it down.
All right, handoff. Oh, great run by the running back. He should have been down the backfield, but manages to fight. I think he got about, at least 5, maybe 6 or 7?
It looked like it.
See what down it sets. It looks like it's going to set up 3rd and short for... Get the camera to pan. It looks like he was carrying it too, so I'm going to guess he still had to turn it, so I'm going to guess this is 3rd and short inside the 10. Snap. Hand up. No, QB keeper up the middle.
Oh, he's spun right through.
He's just spinning.
He got down.
I can think of it. It's almost like a corkscrew, like when you're screwing something in. You spin, but it also goes in at the same time. Like that's what it just feels like. He spins and he moves forward.
He got down to the 5.
Yeah, it's gonna make it 1st and goal.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1st and goal. Maryville had a very good win against a tough South Park team
who won. You mentioned won last night.
Yeah, who beat Lake Shore on Thursday, and South Park just had a lot of fumbles. As I remember in that game, and it was one of the reasons why they ended up not scoring. But Maryville looking to score here, and Olean just wrapping him up, not going anywhere. That was number 33 for Olean, who was there to wrap up and get the tackle. Owen Tingley there, the junior, able to wrap up the QB.
Did you get a number on the quarterback? I can't tell if it's a 1 or a 7, and we got to figure out if you had the Maryville number. Did you pull that up earlier or no? I could pull up the Maryville roster. I wanted to see if Tryon was more or less trying to figure out if Tryon's going to be back, as we have a snap here. I think it's number 9.
Yes.
And he's going to roll out, throws. Oh,
he did.
Wow.
So that looked like to be Carter Woods that threw the ball. Eric Hayes is the one who made that diving attempt and got it for a touchdown.
I think that I think that's catch of the night candidate right now, at least for us. what we've seen. That ball was I don't know how they didn't hit the carpet.
No, I'm very surprised there, especially on those type of catches, Francis. He's sliding down too, so you have to go full extend out and just hope that ball meets up with your hands right away, where you can at least haul it in.
And then make sure that it doesn't hit the ground, which is
Right.
only a half inch away. As Maryvale looks like they're going to go for 2, try to tie this with 3:13 to go in the third. Yep.
Looks like Dominic Daly's there. Oh, they're gonna throw it.
That one's incomplete. Pass a little short there, a little low.
Yeah, he tried to go to Jeremiah Mendez.
Evan, are we ready to pull up the live scoreboard? Are you still updating right now? All right, it's a look at our live scoreboard. Week 2, I think it's worth, Jake, why don't we run through some of these?
Yeah, we'll just start off here. Bennett.
Can we have a little move so we can start on the left side, Jeremy? Our monitor's a little tough. I know you can see it fine at home, but us old guys up here need stuff moved so we can see it. The other way.
It's just the monitor. We'll just go with that. At least I'll just go with that. But anyway, Bennett against Washington. Massillon 35-0 there.
They're down.
As they're down. No score between Health Sciences and Ken East. Southwestern Frewsburg's up on Fredonia 34-6. Newfane up on Franklinville Elkville 36-6. No score between Eden North Collins and Maritime Tapestry.
We
have no score yet that we have for Hamburg and Will East. Frontier is up on Niagara Wheatfield. Is that what I'm seeing? Right, 45-6. Did we have that with Frontier?
Which app? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's max
Wow.
props, so that's a parent putting it in, but we'll take that as is.
That's Frontier.
45-6.
So Lancaster, as you saw, that lead cut into by a touchdown by Orchard Park, 27-19. Niagara Falls and Will North are battling it out. Niagara Falls is up 22-7. Sweet Home and Clarence, close battle there. They are up 10-7. Pioneer and Will South so far shutting out the Panthers 23-0. And McKinley up on Hammers big, 45-14.
All right, we're still waiting for a score update from Star Point Newport. That one up in Lewiston or in Youngstown. You just saw Maryvale just scored, so that is, so that is going to be 13-13, I believe. That 14-13. No, they didn't. Yeah, 13-12 Olean. We mentioned earlier, Silver Creek Forestville unfortunately had to forfeit. So Gowanda wins that one 20-0. Randolph 35-13 over Allegheny Limestone. Hinsdale, Cleve Hill up 20-14 over Tonawanda. That one's pretty close. Still waiting on scoring updates from Akron, Barker Royhart, Medina Alden, and St. Mary's of Lancaster, JFK. West Seneca East looking for their second win in a row. 27-6 they lead over Cheektowaga. Chautauqua Lake, Westfield, Brockton, 21-0 over Portville. And Wilson, Cattaraugus, Little Valley still waiting for an update. Dunkirk, 34-0 over Albion. And then this one's a little closer than I expected right now. Not sure how long ago this update came. Salamanca 14-7 over Springville. So that's a look at your live scores, your live scoreboard right now on the Empire State EndZone. Why don't we head back to the Octo box?
We did have an update in that Will North Niagara Falls game. Let me grab it real quick. It was Adam Gorski that put it in.
Why don't we head over to Game 5?
22-15. So Will North responded. Michael Taylor, no, that's not the right one. Let's see the latest tweet here. Leo Berg from Williamsville North punched it in for a 5-yard touchdown. They got the 2-point conversion. So just as you see on your screen, 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Niagara Falls now leads Will North 22-15.
All right, you can see that there. Niagara Falls with the ball. Excuse me, ball back. Did I see some action in the Dunkirk game? When we head back to the Octo box. It looks like maybe Dunkirk just scored, so 41-0 Marauders. And this one over the Purple Eagles. Dunkirk, if memory serves me right. See if I can find my Dunkirk notes somewhere. They lost to Depew, but it was a close one, 28-21. So Dunkirk looking there for their first win of the season. Let's check out game number 6. It looks like Olean is approaching the end zone. So Olean, it looks like they're at the 20 right now. 2nd and 5, snap. Handoff to the running back, but he stopped for no gain. Great job by the Maryvale defense. Going to set up 3rd and medium for Olean, who has a 14-12 lead.
And remember, this is the ensuing possession. This is just after Maryville just got their touchdown. So now Olean's going right back down the field, wanting to re-extend that lead. And with this being on the road for them, I mean, this could be a big one for them. Trying to get their first win of the season. They had a battle against Salamanca, but just barely lost that one. They're trying to make sure that they get this one, go home with a victory.
All right, 3rd down. Olean, pistol formation. Looks like they
got him to jump.
I don't know. You had the Olean
like
roster up. Is number 1 the quarterback? Is that messed? You had the Olean Maryville up, right?
Well, I saw number 1. That was Dom Myers. Mess is number 8.
Okay, maybe it was fullback. I thought for a second it was Mess that move. I wonder if
Mess
that
was out there.
Okay, no. I thought like Olean was trying to Philly special, and it maybe threw off the defense a little bit when they saw Mess move, but it was actually the fullback. Said Mess throws it, wide receiver screen, and this will go for, I think, a loss, actually.
Yeah, that was Mikel Rivera. That was the receiver who caught that.
So it's going to set up 4th and kind of long for Olean with as we enter the final minute of play, the 3rd quarter in Cheat to Vegas.
You just I wish we saw Jeremy's face. Right. I wish everyone saw Jeremy's face.
It was the first time I used it tonight. Jeremy was not ready for that.
He was like, what? You definitely weren't.
All right, 4th down for Olean. Let's see what the Huskies can do. Snap, Mest has it. He's going to throw over the middle. Incomplete pass. I think he was going for the receiver streaking in the middle. Just couldn't connect on that one.
Hang on.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I just don't think that was 4th down.
Oh, it was 3rd down.
So that was a 2nd down and 8 play. The pass was incomplete. So this is going to be 3rd down and 8. 24 seconds to go.
How's the rest of the Octo box going, Jeremy? Anything else we should know about? Keep an eye on. Head to the for after this play. Okay, so we feel comfortable staying here. Probably should get an ad read in after this play. If I can find my sheet.
Well, now you can. Olean just called timeout.
Okay. Then why don't we talk about our good friends at Damon University? You know where they are in Amherst. They're a private university in Amherst, New York, just on Main Street, right by Amherst Central, offering undergraduate and graduate level degrees. Visit damon.edu to schedule a tour today. As we head back to our Octo box, I want to see, is game 2, is that Clarence that's on the edge of the red zone? Not that I want to stay too far away from, that's Sweet Home with the ball on their own end. Okay. It does look like in game number 7, that might be Cheektowaga, kind of around the 30, so we'll keep a close eye on that. You can see that bottom of your screen. Don't see any movement there as we kind of wait on this timeout in game number 6. Olean, which we said was 3rd down, right?
Yeah, it was about 3rd and 8.
I was wrong before.
Niagara Falls might be doing something. It looks like they're in the red zone.
Okay, why don't we head back to game 6, because it looks like that Olean's about to take the field.
Well, it looked like they had something there.
All right, 3rd down and 8. Why don't we stick here for a second? pistol formation for the Huskies, one of my favorite formations, as the fullback signals out, moves out. Mest has it, looks to his right, can't find anyone. He rolls out, looking, throws, and that one's incomplete. That'll set up fourth down why don't we head over to game number 5.
I like the idea that Mess had there. It looked like just reached out or over the that ball that was thrown, which is over the reach of his receiver. But it looks like we just heard a touchdown here.
Is it a touchdown or they?
I didn't see.
No, that was a touchdown. I do see it on the scoreboard. So Niagara Falls scores. Looks like that was. We missed the beginning of it, but
we do have Adam Gorski there,
right.
So we'll see who got the touchdown. But just saw that Niagara Falls just extended their lead up 28-15 now.
Pending extra point. How is when we check in on Olean real quick? Is there any update there, Jeremy? Nope, they're still waiting as this kick is up. Ooh, it's kind of low. Waiting for a signal, no good. So no good from Niagara Falls, but they do take a 28-15 lead with 2:12 to go in the third quarter. We head back to Maryville where there's a penalty on the Flyers. I didn't catch what the call was, but I do know it was pointed towards the Flyers. So it was originally a fourth down. Let's see how they mark this out. This might give Olean first and goal as they walk ahead. The ball, it looks like it's going to be first and goal for the Huskies. Huskies 14-12 with 9 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Okay, so it's another connection on that Niagara Falls, north. Michael Taylor connected with Daryl Smith again. That's their third touchdown connection of the night. Fourth passing touchdown for Taylor. So that's how they're able to extend their lead 28-15.
All right, Olean lets the clock run out on the third quarter. They lead this one 14-12 as we head back to the Octobox. Their first and goal will join with them when they return for the fourth quarter. Why don't we check game number 7? It looks like Cheektowaga is driving. Cheektowaga, third down and long. Play goes pretty much nowhere, so it'll set up fourth down for Cheektowaga. They're down 20-14 with 4:43 to go in this third quarter. Again, we appreciate all you guys watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Do have a update here in this one. Salamanca at the end of the third quarter, they're up on Springville 21-7.
Are they still in the quarter break in Olean? Why don't we stick here for this play, and then we'll check in on Olean.
Cheektowaga going 4 wide here. From that snap, he's looking to the left all day. He's got a man. Did he haul it in? He did. So Cheektowaga able to respond with a passing touchdown. And it's hard to see on that score. It's like 28-20.
Did you catch who
is the score?
Who made the catch there for Cheektowaga?
I'll be honest, it's very tough.
Yeah, we can't really see. I have the roster in front of me, but
with huddle cameras, they go out wide for a pass, stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
these cameras,
everything. It's a little bit hard to tell with the numbers, so I didn't get a chance to see who caught it.
Yeah, these cameras are built for film, so that momentarily ties the game.
That's 28.
I'm sorry,
20. Oh, they botched it. PAT got tripped up, so point after try is no good. But it's going to be a 1-score lead for West Seneca East, 28-20.
Oh, it is 28-20. Okay, I can't see
You're good.
that.
And
okay.
We're going to go to this one real quick. Looks like Orchard Park is almost on the way here from possibly cutting into this deficit. Try to cut it to the outside. He's still going. He got in. So Orchard Park has just cut the deficit to 2. So obviously there's got to be a shot here where they try to go for 2. to at least tie the game up. But Orchard Park staying in it, able to come back and make this a ball game again.
Looks like Jarek Bresky with the touchdown there, number 14 for the Orchard Park Quakers. He had a big game last week. Of course, all my notes are his game number 1, right? See if I can pull it up. I want to pull up his stats from last week. Jarek Bresky, he was the leading receiver, 5 catches, 94 yards.
Oh, they just spread it out. He's going to roll out to his right, trying to find a man. He's not finding anyone. He's got to heave that one off, and it got intercepted. So it looked like they were going for kind of like an I formation. They spread it out to go shotgun.
I think he was
and couldn't get
to
the
run
2-point
that in the whole
conversion.
time, and maybe just did not pan out the way he thought. Because it didn't look like there was anyone out there for him.
Well, I think that was the thing. I think he was trying to find an open man, and nothing was there.
Why don't we head back to game number 6, Jeremy? Because we know Olean was on the doorstep of scoring heading into the fourth quarter. Looks like it's second. It looks like Olean must have lost yardage at some point. So it looks like they're back on the 10. They were inside the 5 last we were with them.
I think we also need to go check that Niagara Falls Will North game. I think it might have been something.
When we
Albion just scored.
Albion, so they get on the board. When we head back though to Chautauqua, because Olean just snapped the ball. Looks like pass incomplete. 3rd and goal for Olean. Why don't we check back in with Albion, see if we can get a replay on what happened there. Looks like it was number 4 who scored.
I'm sorry if I mess up his last name there. Number 4, Hunter Husher, senior running back, got the touchdown. First score of the game for Albion.
All right, first score of the game. I think it's going to be 3rd and goal right now for Olean. Does it look like they're about to snap it, Jeremy? Okay. Well, when we head to Olean, when we head to Maryville first, we'll get that scoring update next. Olean.
It looks like an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. We hit.
Real quick, I wanted to see Will North, Niagara Falls. It looked like Will North was going down the field. I just want to double check. There is a flag on this play for Maryville Olean. We'll try to get back to it real quick.
Yep. Can we check in? Yep. There we go.
Yeah, there's 37 seconds left and counting. Will North has the ball. Looks like to be third and goal, maybe. Or at least 3rd and 5. Oh, 3rd and 5. They're at their 7. They got to get the 2 to pick up the first. Then go and spread it out, showing 4 wide receivers, tailback next to his man. He's QB. Try to cut back in this deficit, and the flags just went flying.
All right, let's head back to Maryville.
It was a false start on Will North.
4th and goal. I can see the 4 now. From about the 10. This could be a big momentum changer here, depending on those way it goes. Looks like Olean's going to line up in shotgun. Trips to the left, running back to the left, and we have a flag. He didn't even set up, so I don't know what that could be. Wow. It's not good if you're Olean right now.
No.
They've had multiple penalties on this drive.
They did. I wanted to go back to that Will North game, but Olean's already getting back up to the line. INT. So it looks like Niagara Falls just came up with an interception. Don't know who it was, though.
Point 1 to go in the 3rd.
But Will North had the ball at Niagara Falls 7-yard line.
And, I want to see what's going on with this 4th. And, it looks like the play just happened. Maybe we have an injury on the field. Looks like there's an Olean player down in the end zone. It looked like Olean did score. You can see it on the scoreboard there, 20-12. They now lead with 11:04 to go and injury timeout. So we'll keep an eye on this when we head back to Niagara Falls after that INT. Game number 5. Lancaster just went up. We'll check in on them in just a second when we check out this first down play from the Falls from their 35. Snap, QB keeper takes it.
That's Taylor. Oh, he's going. He got brought down at the 10.
I hope there's a purple jacket at this game, because if there is, he's definitely getting a nomination.
He has shown his athleticism throughout that contest. And we've only seen clips of it here and there, but the clips we've seen
Have been good.
Have been very good. Him evading pressure, going outside the pocket, looking for the right throws, and now you see there his scrambling ability.
Yeah, I want to see. And no one from Niagara Falls got nominated for the Connolly Cup last week. So if there's a purple jacket on there, I'm sure I find it hard to believe Taylor wouldn't make it on the list. Remember, folks, you made it on, for the first 4 weeks, the Connolly Cup makes sure to get completely different players every week. So if you were named a player of the week, or your favorite player was named a player of the week for week 1, there's about 15 of them. You're not going to get named for week 2, week 3, or week 4, but don't worry, you're already on there. Again, it's not because you don't have a great performance in any of those weeks. It's because they're just trying to get as many kids recognized as possible. Can we check it on game number 7? It looks like that one's close to the end zone. Can't tell, though, who has the ball between West Seneca East and Cheektowaga.
So here's what we've seen so far. Adam Gorski just tweeted us about Michael Taylor, the QB for Niagara Falls. As of right now, it's 12 of 17 passing for 4 passing touchdowns. That's going to be pretty hard for him to not make that Connolly Cup Players of the Week next week. He has been phenomenal for them tonight.
All right, West Seneca East the ball. Snap. 22 is going to take it up the middle.
I think he got in. Oh, he's in. That's a touchdown. So Willie's just extended their lead 34-20, 1:19 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was number 22, Kevin Sadowski, with the touchdown there for the Trojans. Let me see what Kevin put together last week. Kevin, he had 13 carries for 79 yards. No touchdowns, but he gets a touchdown here to add on to the West Seneca East lead. All right, so Lancaster.
Kickoff return for a touchdown?
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't see many of those too often.
No, we don't either. Well, if you're Sweet Home last year like Damari Yancey, you saw that a lot. He had a bunch of them last season. But, like you mentioned, that's incredible for Lancaster just to respond quickly on the ensuing play. After not, they stop Orchard Park on that 2-point conversion, and the ensuing play, they take it to the house. That's incredible.
Jake, I want to check in here because I just noticed the ball's inside the 5. Not sure. I think it's Will North that has it, but, man, they're very close to their. I know Falls has it. I was wrong.
Penalty marker down.
Penalty marker down.
I definitely, when we get a chance to talk to Gorski, depending how this game ends, whether it's Will North comes back and wins or Niagara Falls takes it, got to talk about Taylor.
Yeah.
Have to, because he's just been so good.
It's sideline interference. Did you catch what that call was?
That flag.
I didn't recognize the signal on
I didn't either. And that flag was thrown after the tush push.
I don't know. Maybe that. I don't know offhand what the high school rule is for tush push. I would not be surprised if it is not allowed on this level. I'm not Jim Craig. Maybe if you're watching out there, if you want to text me, let me know if that's allowed in the high school ranks. Yeah, or people could have been set up. But it's going to be pistol right now for the Falls. I think second down. Toss to the right side. Running back.
Oh, nice tackle. Yeah, flag was thrown, but that was a great tackle.
Update, end of the third quarter, Dunkirk leads Albion 48-6. Well, we wait for the next play. Actually, we should go back to the Octo box because it looks like a Niagara Falls player is injured. But as we head into our Octo box, we want to remind you that Richmond Vana LLC is committed to you. Being involved in a serious accident creates a whirlwind of changes. We know how serious the effects of a car accident can be on the victims and their families. At Richmond Vana LLC, we have helped our clients recover over $175 million. We have the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today or visit richmondvana.com. Why don't we check in on game number 2? It looks like Sweet Home is in the red zone, taking on Clarence. Quarterback looking for something to do. He gets rid of it, nearly picked off. And we'll head over game to 1. It sounds like Lancaster just came up with a pick. They're now inside the red zone. 34-25 lead with about 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Great chance for the Legends to close this one out. It looks like we're going to get a look at that interception. We've got the phone that we have in here is ahead of the computer, so you're going to see right now. Just pass too far for his receiver, and a great job by number 5 getting that. Let me see if I can give credit where credit is due. Ryan Hartwig coming up with the pick there.
Yeah, and he got it inside the 22. So up 2 scores.
Right? If
Having
you
a
put
chance
this
here to
one in,
make it
it kind of puts it out of reach, I think.
Well, that, they have, under 3 minutes to go. Yeah, this could be the final nail in the coffin for Orchard Park if Lancaster scores.
Where are we going next, Jeremy? All right, we're going back to 2. Sweet Home, still in the red zone. Quarterback almost threw a pick in the last play. This time, he's throwing towards the end zone. And that one incomplete.
It looked like another possible INT that he threw that, but incomplete pass, though.
Fourth down, 21-10. Clarence, about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to set up here for another PAT.
All right, I can see this because it makes it a one-score game, right?
Right.
8 points.
And Quentin Wilhelm's been one of those guys. He's been in this program for a while. He's a big part of the special teams. So they trust him. Jeremy Zimmer trusts him to get this.
I think this is a little bit less than when he hit his first field goal earlier. So I don't know if he got.
Oh, no, it's in.
No,
a field goal is good.
But wait a minute, they threw the flag. I think they're going to call running into the kicker.
I thought that ball, it was tough to tell on the screen. I thought the kick might have been blocked at first, but I saw on the far side of the monitor that the field goal was good.
It looks like we have an injured Sweet Home player, so we'll keep an eye on this. But I think they're going to call running into the kicker. Game 6, Maryville with the ball approaching the end zone.
And they're down by 9 here.
Down by 9, 7.5 minutes to go. I think I see first and goal. Snap. QB keeps it to the left side.
And
he lost the ball, but was he over?
No,
they're saying he was down at the 1.
Yeah.
Why don't we head back to Sweet Home? Because I want to see what still injured player. I think they called running into the kicker, or running into the holder.
I mean, they probably did. I didn't see the penalty marker, but
there was a penalty marker thrown.
I'll tell you what, though. Running into the
head back there. Oh. Oh, it's just running the kicker. Okay,
yeah.
so it's only 5. That's
But
okay.
still, though, Quentin Wilhelm, with that much opponents in his face, booming a kick like
That's
that
true.
and hitting it
I-
to make it only a 1-score lead for Clarence, that's so impressive.
Where are we heading to next, Jeremy? Or do we head back to the Octobox?
The almighty Octobox.
Yes. What about game number 1?
I think Dunkirk just scored.
Actually, should we check 5? It looks like Niagara Falls is on the doorstep. All right. Niagara Falls on the doorstep. I think it looks like 4th and goal for the Wolverines. Going back to throw. Oh, I think that was Cobble. Was it in bounds? Waiting for a signal. Touchdown, Niagara Falls. Nice job by Taylor there. Evades the pressure and is able to throw it, and the receiver makes a great catch along the sideline in the end zone there.
Yeah, we'll see
I
what.
think he only got 1 foot in, so I think, but still an impressive effort.
We'll see what Gorski has there. Who caught that? That interception that we just missed out on for Niagara Falls Will North. It was Armani Morris. That was his 2nd interception of the game, and that was towards the end of the 3rd quarter that put Niagara Falls in great field position to put them up and extend the lead.
All right, real quick, Lancaster, looks like they're going to put this one on ice.
Number 3 there for Lancaster.
Yeah, number
Got the rushing
3.
TD.
That's Aiden Banks takes in looks like it was an end around. It's going to make it 40-25 pending the extra point, but I think with 1:13 to go, they'll put Orchard Park away. So Lancaster brings home another victory. It looks like they're going to go to 2-0 in that one.
Scoring update here. I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, Trent Lewis could have been one of those guys that could have been a Conley Cup nominee this week, but just missed out. It's going to be hard here for him.
Where are we going next?
He just picked up his 4th touchdown to put them up 41-6 over Fredonia.
Yeah, I was looking for.
So Trent Lewis, 4 touchdowns on the day for him.
All right, looks like Maryvale just scored, going for the 2-point conversion. Quarterback going off the middle. I think he's going to be stopped. So Maryvale gets on the board, but still down. It looks like they're still down 3, 21-18, 6:38 left to go. So big drive. Orchard Park just scored.
So in the same game, each team had a kickoff return for a touchdown.
All right, I think we're going to bring that to
think-
you because I think the phone that we're seeing this on is ahead of the stream that's on our show. So I think we can show that to you live on game number 1.
Francis, I don't think I've ever seen a game yet in high school where they've had 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown, one of each team doing that on the same game.
Yeah. Again, this is a little bit behind what we know through our phones, so you'll be able to watch that kickoff return for a touchdown. I don't know. Does it really? I'm trying to do the math in my head right now.
Well, they would have to at least get the 2-point conversion. They have to, because that at least makes it a one score lead still. And they have, it tells it on our screen, 3 timeouts. I don't know how many timeouts they actually have, but if that's the case, they have 3 timeouts. All your defense needs 1 big stop, and you get the ball back.
All right, we will see this kickoff return, then we'll check in on some other games going on. We'll pull up our live scoreboard in a little bit. I want to check on some other before we pull up that. We'll also take a look at
quick scoring update here. Peyton Bradley from Salamanca with a pick 6, and they're up on Springville 35-7.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Number 8 for Orchard Park. Jake, I think you missed the beginning of that. That was a squib kick and then almost died at the 20. And that was Julian Robertson pretty much turned around. He had his back to the returning team as he picked up the ball. 2 tackles were missed, and then takes the sideline and takes it all the way down. So Orchard Park very much in this one. They're down. Do we know if they made this 2-point conversion?
Okay.
Extra point or 2 point?
So that Niagara Falls touchdown to go up 34-15, it was Michael Taylor finding Katino Woods for a 6-yard touchdown. That's now 5 passing touchdowns for the Niagara Falls QB in Michael Taylor.
Okay, so Orchard Park, we're going to say it here because we know Orchard Park just got the 2-point conversion. I believe that makes it 8, right? A 1-score game? Is my math right?
It does. Looks like they just, on our screen here, they just called timeout.
So why don't we head back to the Octobox? That was bad timing by me. Sorry, Jeremy. Let's see. Is there anything else that's kind of close here?
Well, it's got to be Sweet Home and Clarence.
I want to check on game number 7. Is that Olean with the ball on their own end, or is that Maryvale trying to... I'm sorry, game number 6, I should say. Maryvale with the ball, so they're driving right now. They're inside the red zone once again. That seems awful quick.
That was very quick. They have just over 6 to go. Looks like to be second down.
They scored, I think, with
6:30
left. So they must, I don't know, maybe there was a fumble on the kickoff or something. But they got the ball back. Or they could have
done like one of those surprise kicks too.
Seen
those happen a lot more in high school.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be down by the 20. You wouldn't be down by the Olean 20 by then. I mean, maybe it was a squib or I don't know. Well, maybe if you know out there, if you're at the game, you're keeping an eye on it, let us know on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, although Facebook and YouTube is right now easier for us to see. As this is going to be third down, I think. Third and 5 for Maryvale. Down 3 points, 5.5 to go. Can they take the lead? Trying to go 2-0 to start the year. Snap. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He spins around. Oh, he's going to be close. And I think he's going to be down at the 1. So Maryvale inside the 1 with 5 minutes to go. Why don't we check the Octobox? Octobox right now. Nothing else that close. A lot of teams towards midfield. We'll check on them as we go. Looks like Lancaster got the ball back. Looks like they recovered the onside, I'm assuming. All right, Lancaster recovered the onside. No, you're about to see the kickoff in our Octobox right now. Why don't we head back, though, to game number 6. Looks like Maryvale has the ball in game number 6. It's looks like Olean stands up to it.
This is going to be very curious, what Maryville does here towards the end of this game, because if they find a way to come back and win, Francis, it's going to be very huge because as I remember this, they had Isaiah Hill. He's supposed to be one of the big guys on this team. He got hurt in week 1 against South Park. Now, Maryville still ended up winning that game 14-0. But if you have an opportunity here to come back and win,
and we don't think Hill's on the right. We don't.
No,
think
Hill would. No, my opinion is Hill would be here now. So I don't think Hill is playing. So if that's the case, to go 2-0 on the season without arguably one of your best players, that's just very impressive.
Oh, this one's going to be close, though. I think he's stuffed again. 2 in a row. Shout out to that Olean defensive line. Stuffs 2 in a row on runs up the middle. I think Coach Tadaro, you probably want to come up with something to the outside. Maybe he's setting up something to the outside on the next 2 plays. Get the defense coming in, but 3rd and goal right now for Maryvale, needing points. And if you're Maryvale too, that clock ticking for you is good.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the bench. I don't see a number 20 out there. That would be Isaiah Hill. So yeah, he's not out there playing today. So again, if they come and score here, looks like they called timeout. They're gonna take a second guess at this.
All right, when we head back to the Octobox, see if there's anything else we need to be paying attention to right now. Why don't we check game number 4? Did that one wrap up?
Lancaster and OP just wrapped up.
All right, 29-7. Williamsville South gets the win over Pioneer. Will South moves to 1-1 on the year, 1-0 in league play. Pioneer falls. That was you.
Yeah, they're 1-1, and they'll be 0-1 in Class B1. Lackawanna, the team they played last week, was a non-league matchup.
All right, another final from our top 8 games. Dunkirk 55-6 over Albion. Dunkirk improves to 1-1 on the year.
Oh, here's a final here. What a dominant victory for McKinley.
Oh, why don't we head back to 6? It looks like, all right.
Yeah, I'll mention the score with McKinley and Amherst real quick. 66-14, McKinley over Amherst. Cardell Staples had 4 touchdowns. Kalon 4 had 6 in that contest.
All right, 3rd and goal for Maryville. Run up the middle.
Oh, he's in.
He's in. Touchdown, Maryville. They take the lead with 3:08 to go, 24-21, pending the point after try.
And it looked like that might have been number 5, Eric Hayes, was the ball carrier that pushed that in the end zone.
All right, as we wait for this point after try, I want to tell you that for all your transportation needs, full truckload, LTL, dedicated, and drop trailer moves, Logistics Plus Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalo@logisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehouse needs.
And another scoring update, Newfane up on Franklinville-Ellicottville 36-12. This touchdown came from Franklinville-Ellicottville. Landon Learn took a 1-yard rushing touchdown. 2-point try, though, was no good. That game almost wrapping up. 4 minutes to go in that game.
All right, 2-point now for Maryville. Snap. QB, fake the throw, and he's in. 2-point try is good. 26-21. 3:08 to go. Maryville leads in Cheek to Vegas, looking to go 2-0 on the year. They lead Olean. We'll head back to the Octobox real quick, and I think it might be time to take a short break unless anybody else is in the red zone. Why don't we check game number 2, see what's going on there. Uh, 3:08 to go. It looks like Clarence has the football. Trying to see, you can see what how much is. It's like it's 21-13. Clarence with the ball. 3:08 left. Looks like first and 10. I wonder if Clarence just came up with a goal. I think Clarence just came up with a stop. Or I'm trying to figure out my bearings here.
Well, it's going to be first.
No, I'm wrong. It's going to be first and just out at, I think, the 11. I think Clarence has the ball. They're driving. They're looking to score. So they're looking for the lockout
And
punch.
I think a timeout was just called by Sweet Home. They had a late substitution, and I think some guys got confused. So Sweet Home just called timeout. I want to thank our sponsors, though, for tonight. Wingnuts Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order takeout. Open Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com. And by SUNY Cortland. SUNY Cortland stands out as one of New York's top public universities, a medium-sized school that offers academic strength across 68 majors, a high quality of student life, and a degree that pays back graduates. Visit www.cortland.edu to schedule a visit today.
All right. Is there any? I think we. Do we have a 30-second break that we can take? All right. Why don't we take that minute break? Hopefully, when that's done, they'll be back from the timeout. This is the Empire State End Zone.
Logistics Plus is a transportation provider in Erie with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
Or an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. More information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo.
All right, welcome back, Empire State EndZone. When we go back to Sweet Home in Clarence, right now it looks like it is. It's going to take a second for me to. What do we hit? What's the down there, Jeremy? 2nd and 15 for Clarence. 2:40 to go. 21-13 for the Red Devils. Red Devils really looking for that knockout punch against Sweet Home. Wait, Olean just scored? Okay, so Olean just scored, so they retake the lead in that game.
If we had 3 kickoff returns for a touchdown in the same night, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Trying to remember how Clarence did last week. Okay, so Clarence looking to go 2-0 on the year. I've been pointing out they beat Hutch Tech last week as we wait for this.
Yeah, so with that win over Orchard Park, they beat 2-0 on the year.
We're not going to go back. We are keeping an eye on the other games. We aren't going to go back to the Octobox because some of our games have ended and we don't want to show what else is going on. But we are keeping an eye on whatever else is going on, so don't worry out there. Hope you guys are joining us after the conclusion of your game. Maybe you were driving home right now from the stadium. Maybe grab a bite to eat at McDonald's or something. Have us going on through the drive-thru. You tell the person in the drive-thru you're watching the Empire State EndZone. I don't know how they respond to that, but but Clarence handoff to the right side. Looks like it's number 4. Finding some room.
Got in.
And he got in. Touchdown Clarence, the knockout punch. You have the Clarence roster, right?
I do. That was number 4, Harper McKenzie, the junior. That looks like that was almost looks like to be the icing on the cake there. 27-13 Clarence on top of Sweet Home.
All right, we'll wait here for the extra before we go to our next game. While we wait for this, should say that G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness equipment locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. Visit livefit.com as we prepare for the extra point. And then once this is over, Jeremy's going to tell us where we're going next. All right, why don't we head out there to Falls North? We heard that may have just went final. Looks like it's going to be 34-15. 34-15. Niagara Falls gets their first win of the year. They go to 1-1. Bill North falls to 0-2 in this one. We saw some great highlights here as we popped in on this game throughout the night. As they wrap up, Niagara Falls gets its first one. We'll have a recap from our good friend Adam Gorski, who's covering the game for the Gazette tonight. He will call in on that game for us pretty soon, just to fill in the gaps for us what we didn't see and what he could see from his vantage point in person. As we head back to Sweet Home, where Clarence is about to kick off 28-10, they lead. That's where words cut off. I know I sound dumb here. 28-13. They lead with 2:25 to go.
I don't know if we can go to that Olean.
Yeah, when we check Olean Maryville, because that one's pretty close. That was I forget which game that was. There we go. 2:54 to go. 1-point game. Olean with the ball and the lead. Fakes the handoff. Mess trying to take the outside. He slides to kill some time.
And Maryvale just called timeout.
Rail just call timeout. And see
So they got, I think it's one timeout left. Now they got one left. They just called timeout. That was a first down and 10 play too. And Mess he didn't like what he saw. He took the loss of yardage. But the clock
he can't
stops
throw
at
it incomplete.
2:46. Yeah, he can't throw it incomplete either. So 2:46 left on the clock. So Maryville not technically out of it yet.
Yeah, plenty of time, especially if you can make some stops. 2:46 to go in this one.
So yeah, the final for Niagara Falls Will North was 34-15. Michael Taylor threw for 5 touchdowns and about 330 yards of total yards.
How was game number Are you keeping a close eye on game number 7, Jeremy? We don't have to switch to it yet. Okay, we'll stick with I want to stick with this for one play, and then we'll check in over there. All right, we'll stick with this for one play, then we'll check in on West Seneca East, Chautauqua. Second and long, snap, handoff up the middle, and number 4 is stopped in the backfield. Maryvale, number 15, makes a great play with the initial contact and then finishes it up. So it'll set up third and long for Olean.
Yeah, that was Jeremiah Mendez there that was in on the tackle. I want to say that was another more loss of yardage. So it's going to bring up third down. They got, looks like to me, maybe 13 yards to go. They got no more timeouts left. So it's going to be a 3rd and 13 here
Why don't
for
we check
for
in
Olean.
on Chautauqua, West Seneca East right now. Looks like it's 40-28. If I'm reading that right, West Seneca East, and it looks like they just scored with 3:26 to go. So West Seneca East getting ready to go 2-0 on the year.
Final score here.
Kick is up. No good. When we head back to Olean Maryville, and I want to say to you, you have some scoring updates.
Yeah, I got a couple of scores in one final. Salamanca 35-7 over Springville. They go 2-0 on the season. And Newfane picking up a 36-12 victory on the road over Franklinville Elkinville. A 36-12.
All right, third down and long for Olean. Maryville out of timeouts, 2:39 to go.
Oh, I think the defense just jumped.
And did the defense jump? That's the question.
They put their hands up like...
You could tell
like,
the
oh,
Maryville
no.
coaching staff believes it was on Olean.
Yeah, it was. So this is going to be a 3rd and 8 now.
3rd and 8, which, end of the day, doesn't change a ton.
Well, it does in this case because you were at the midfield marker.
I mean,
Now it's 3rd and 8.
Olean
Now
still
it's
has to convert the first down. Snap, handoff up the middle, and stopped. So 4th down upcoming for Olean. Clock running. Maryville can't stop it. And
well, but this is what I thought was interesting. Like, at least in this spot here, you could at least try to go for it. But if it's 3rd and 13 and you don't have that penalty,
I don't know.
You would have to punt it in that situation.
Are they going to go for it?
They
this
could
is dicey from here.
I mean,
This
they
is
could
4th and
punt.
8.
They could still punt it and pin them down very far.
4th and 6. I mean, maybe they're trying to see if they can get Maryville to jump again, or I wonder if maybe they're right now just kind of
they did that last.
Timeout.
They did it on the previous play.
Oh, they just, you know what? Olean just took a timeout, so they were letting the clock run a little bit. Took a timeout. What else do we have going on? We'll be back in this in a second. Don't worry, folks. I want to get you as much action as possible. All right, we're going to game 2. Sweet Home trying to stay in this one. Quarterback taken down. It looks like he went for a scamper there. 1:10 left in this game. 28-13. 1:17 to go. 2 scores Sweet Home needs.
Got another final here. McKinley 66, Amherst 14.
Do we need to go back to Maryville? All right.
Oh, here we go. Here's a final here. Williamsville East took down Hamburg 27-0. So Will East improves to 2-0 on the year.
Nice job for Williams-Elise. Olean is going to punt. 1:54 to go. Maryvale's going to have another shot here.
27-0.
Punt is off.
Wow.
Oh,
my goodness. That pinned him very deep.
it's a candidate for I think a top 5 play of the night, and that's a punt.
That is the definition of a coughing corner.
Couldn't hey, punters are people too,
Yes, they are.
and
that's
big time players come with the big time plays, big time moments. Well, that punter
3
came
yard
with a big
line.
time play. Yeah,
Maryville's 3-yard line. So they got to go with no timeouts.
I better he's gonna get maybe they're because they're Huskies. Maybe they do bones. A lot of teams do bones.
Yes.
He deserves a couple bones for that. I would.
There,
say.
I completely agree. And in the Buffalo area, it's got to be chicken wing bones, right?
Well, no, I meant like
I
put 'em
know.
on the helmet or whatever.
No, but like,
but they're dogs.
listen, no,
so,
yeah, no, be hungry.
I mean, maybe they can. Wingnuts is right over there. I don't know if Wingnuts will still be open. Wingnuts is over by the airport, but Maryville. Let's see. I think they're at their 3 or 4. So let's see if they can make some magic happen in Cheek to Vegas.
144, their own 3-yard line. No timeouts.
Snap.
Yeah, they tried
Back
to go
of
for
his
the
own
deep
end
shot.
zone. He's gonna throw it deep.
Oh, he catch. No, it's incomplete. He was out of bounds.
Incomplete, out of
he
bounds.
caught it, but he was out of bounds.
Let's check in on Sweet Home while they get set for the next play. 35 seconds in counting. This one, Sweet Home with the ball. Looks like they're still down 2 scores. Snap. Quarterback rolls, and he's taken down. Ball's loose. Let's see who comes up with it with 10 seconds to go. Not that it might mean much. But looks like Sweet Home recovered it, and that'll be game. When we head back to Maryville, can the Flyers complete the long drive? Back in his own end zone, the quarterback throws it. Incomplete. It'll set up 3rd down and long. 1:31 to go. Sometimes it's about getting that first play, getting that first down. But right now, the Maryville offense has very little room to work with down at their inside their own 5. All right, 3rd down right now for Maryville as we pass the 9:30. Wonder if we can get a refresh on this.
Okay,
9:37 Eastern Standard Time. Oh, here we go.
We'll see how this play is real quick. I got a game that went final.
Snap. Throw. Oh, that one's caught.
Got to go out of bounds.
Did he go out of bounds?
That
I think
clock
he
is
did.
ticking. Oh, it just stopped. Okay.
Stopped. I think he only got about 9 yards, so it's going to be 4th down. 4th and short, but they at least get the breathing room, but they got to get elite. Oh, they're going to give him a 1st down.
So real quick, this is from Wilson's athletic department. Wilson defeated Cat Little Valley, but on their graphic, it doesn't say the score, though. But Wilson, their athletic department, there's tweeting out that they defeated Cat Little Valley.
All right. Oh, clock is now moving. About a minute to go. Maryville 1st down. Throw incomplete along the sideline. 1:02 to go. 2nd down from their own 24. So Maryville just needs 1 score. Only down 1 in this one. Any game still going on, Jeremy? Why don't we pop there for just a quick second as Maryville huddles up? All right. Looks like it's 48-20. Clock running about a minute to go, Jeremy. 48-20. Williamsville East looking to go 2-0. Cheektowaga with the ball. Short run, so we'll head back to Cheek to Vegas.
So real quick, the Salamanca game that went final. Salamanca's head coach Chad Bartosik got the win for his team on his birthday. And as for a celebration, their Twitter account posted the team chanting "Happy Birthday" to head coach Bartosik. So happy birthday to him, and a great victory for them. They start off the season 2-0.
All right, you just saw Maryville pass incomplete, nearly picked off on second down. So third down, 58 seconds. Maryville still a fighting chance, but things getting tougher by the second for the Flyers. Now, we just checked in with West and East. Jeremy, is there any other games that are still going on, or is that the last two? All right, we're down to the final two as Maryville continues. Oh, he just can haul it in. Little behind, but it was on the hands of the receiver there. All right, West Seneca East went final. I think it was 48-20. West Seneca East goes 2-0. So this is our final game of the evening. We're going to bring up our live scoreboard in a little bit to wrap up. As we get ready to wrap up tonight, we're also on that.
So it could possibly be the last play of the game here for, at least for Maryville's offense. Fourth down and 10 at their 14. Taking another deep shot and incomplete. Try to go for that previous play, and it fell incomplete, and that looks like to be the ball game. Turnover on downs for Maryville.
All right. Oh, we Dunkirk went final. We're told 55-6. That one, I think we had that already. Carson Hayek is calling very quickly. He's got final score from Chautauqua Lake Portville. He's going to give us a quick recap in just a few moments here as we see the final seconds here tick off. Is this going to be? Yeah, I think Olean's going to have the ball back. Hoping Adam Gorski can call in a little bit. He should be wrapping up his interviews pretty soon. We're going to see about Tom Prince if we can get him in. We're approaching, kind of the final 15. We try to wrap this up around 10. So we try to see if we get some couple post-game calls from our guys who are out in the field as it's victory formation for Olean. As are they going to move to?
Olean would go one. Both teams would go 1-1.
Okay. We're gonna actually go real quick to Carson Hayek. He was at the Chautauqua Lake Portville game. Carson, real quick, because I know you got a long drive ahead. Why don't you fill us in? What happened tonight?
It was just an absolute showcase from Chautauqua Lake on a game. You could tell this game meant a lot for them against Portville. 42-0 was the final. Braden Gibbs, 5 touchdown passes. Defensively, 3 turnovers by their sophomore safety. One of them was a pick 6. Carson Fairbank had 2 receiving touchdowns as well. So Chautauqua Lake just put it to Portville tonight, plain and simple.
I know you just spoke with Chautauqua Lake. What was kind of, what did you guys kind of talk to them about? Why is this going so well? Obviously, 2-0 start for Ty Harper.
Yeah, I talked to him. I asked what, the interviews will be up later, but I asked him kind of what was the message and what he still views of this team. He still thinks this team's trying to find their identity. He's happy with how they've played these first 2 weeks, but, the first 2 weeks are not the most important 2 weeks. It's down the stretch here once you get in the playoffs and everything like that. So this team is a team that's still looking to work, and I think the guys kind of just echoed that message, and they believe this was just another step and just another week of football.
All right, well, Carson, thank you for joining us. We got a long trip ahead of you back to Erie County in civilization. Oh, I'm going to get myself in trouble for that one. But yeah, Carson, come on back before I get into trouble. And we're going to see his post-game interviews up on West New York Athletics probably tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and then Carson, we appreciate you, being down there to cover that game for us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Carson Hayek there for West New York Athletics covering that Portville Chautauqua Lake game. Chautauqua Lake 42-0 winners, 2-0 in the Ty Harper era as it begins, as he after winning a couple state titles with Clymer, Sherman, Panama, makes the move over to be at home with Chautauqua Lake, Westfield, Brockton.
I want to say Ty Harper in the past, when he was head coach for CSP, he mentioned that similar stuff to now with a Chautauqua Lake team. Having like hot starts, dominant victories early in the season, and he goes, yeah, we're still trying to find our identity. And I'm like, if that Chautauqua Lake team still trying to find their identity, well, they're doing pretty well for themselves early on this season.
All right, why don't we why don't we take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to look at our live scoreboard and look at all the scores we have for tonight. If you're at a game or you just game finished up, send them in to us so we can try to fill out our entire scoreboard. This is the Empire State End Zone.
I'm George Wiley, a senior at Canisius High School. As the only Jesuit high school in Western New York, Canisius delivers a life-changing education. Canisius prepares young men for acceptance into the nation's finest universities, and our community supports us at each step of our journey. We are proud of our excellent athletics and our emphasis on service. This place is special. Let us show you why.
Experience firsthand the excellence of Canisius High School. Schedule your visit at canisiushigh.org.
All right, welcome back, Empire State End Zone. Before we get to our live scoreboard from tonight's games, I want to look ahead to tomorrow. A couple games on the docket. We have Falconer at CSP, Hutchchuck at Lockport, East Aurora Holland at Lackawanna, West Seneca West at Kenmore West. I believe St. Francis is at home in the evening. I don't have that game in front of me, though. But the big game that everybody has their eyes on, which these are the games we look forward to every year, the private versus public battles. It's the Jamestown Red and Green traveling up to Kenmore to take on the St. Joe's Marauders.
Yeah, these are type of the matchups that we can get early on that just, especially for a team like Jamestown, they want to face fierce competition. They want to face very good competition early on, and they're going to get it, against a private school like St. Joe's, who's had some good amount of success over the past couple of years. It's curious to see, what Chase Bonta from Jamestown is going to do against them, but, that could go down as arguably one of the games of the year. They're going to battle back and forth tomorrow.
All right, those are the games happening Saturday, but why don't we go return back to tonight? We'll put up our live scoreboard with updated scores, and let's get started. Let's get started. Washington Massalian, last update, 35-0 in the fourth quarter. They lead over Bennett. Still waiting on a score from Kenmore East Health Sciences. Southwestern Fredonia, 41-6. Southwestern Frewsburg, 41-6 over Fredonia. That's a final. Another final, Newfane, 36-12 over Franklinville Ellicottville. Waiting on a score for Maritime Tapestry and Eden North Collins. Williamsville East moving to 2-0, 27-0 winners over Hamburg. Frontier, last we heard, 45-6 over Niagara Wakefield in the Battle of the Falcons. Lancaster wins the big game, 41-33 over Orchard Park. Niagara Falls, one of the most impressive efforts we've seen tonight, 34-15 over Williamsville North. We hope to get a call from Adam Gorski before we wrap things up on what the heck happened there. That seemed like a ton of fun. Clarence, you saw it, 28-13 winners over Sweet Home. Williamsville South in our game that ended, I think, first, 29-7 winners over Pioneer. They moved to 1-1 and get their first, and they 1-0 in their league play. McKinley, big winner, 66-14 over Amherst after their close overtime loss to Lancaster.
And then on the other side of things, Star Point against Newport, still looking for a score in that one. We just saw, late in the game, we showed it to a lot. Olean versus Maryvale, 27-26. That game going final. Silver Creek, Forestville against Guanda Pine Valley. That was a forfeit, so Guanda Pine Valley wins by forfeit. Randolph up against Big on Allegheny Limestone Hinsdale, 44-13. That game went final. Yeah. Cleve Hill defeating Tonawanda 26-14. And then those next three, they're Akron against Barker Roy Hart, Medina against Alden, St. Mary's Lancaster against JFK. Still looking for those scores. West Seneca East, dominant victory over Cheektowaga, 48-20. I believe that puts them at 2-0 now, right?
2-0, yep.
Win over Star Point.
And 2-0 in league play.
Yes, and then 2-0 victory for Chautauqua Lake. They win 42-0 against Portville. Wilson against Cat Little Valley. Little odd there. We saw from Wilson's athletic department on Twitter that they won, but they didn't post a graphic of the score. But as we know, Wilson beat Cattaraugus Little Valley. Dunkirk dominated over Albion 55-6, and then Salamanca also dominated over Springville 35-7 on their head coach's birthday too. That's a pretty fun thing to see there, for head coach Chad Partozik and the rest of the team.
All right, on that note, why don't we take another short break? We'll come back. We'll kind of gather our final thoughts. We'll see if maybe your good friend Adam Gorski can give us a quick recap. We try to wrap things up by 10, so we'll take a short break. We'll come back, try to get a little more post-game coverage tonight. Week 2 of Friday Night Football is coming to a close. This is the Empire State EndZone.
At Richmond Vona, we are seriously dedicated to bettering the communities that we serve. You will get super high level communication, and you are getting a team of dedicated attorneys, paralegals. If you put your trust in us and hire us, we promise to take care of everything. Call us as soon as possible so we can start the investigation to fight to get you the settlement you deserve.
Wing nuts. You still got to go.
Have you guys tried Room 40 yet?
Looking for the perfect spot to throw your next party? Say hello to Room 40, our private event space at both Wingnuts locations. Maybe got a birthday, a graduation, anniversary, business event, rehearsal dinner, or even a sports banquet. From intimate get-togethers to rowdy celebrations, Room 40 is built to handle it all and fits up to 60 guests, with custom food and drink packages, flexible setups, legendary Wingnuts hospitality, and all the wings you can handle. If you're planning a celebration or get-together in Buffalo, this is where the party's at. Local vibes, zero stress, all fun. Book Room 40 today and throw a party Buffalo won't forget. Hit the link in our bio or visit wingnutsbuffalo.com/room40 to book now.
All right, well,
I'll go if you go to Wingnuts.
Deal.
Welcome back on the Empire State EndZone. We're now joined live by our good friend Adam Gorski, who is at that thrilling Niagara Falls Will North game. And Adam, I tell you, whenever it seemed like Jake and I popped in that game, was it Michael Taylor, the quarterback for Niagara Falls? He was just seeming to make an amazing play. What was that game like in person?
I mean, Francis, I can tell you right now, I'm not sure if they're. I mean, I can't say that I have seen every stat of the night, but I'm not sure there was a much better performance than Michael Taylor. I had him at about 325 total yards, 5 touchdowns, and really a lot of it came in maybe a 10-minute span at the end of the second quarter and through the third quarter. Niagara Falls had 2 trips to the red zones early on in the first half, couldn't quite punch it in. Will North took a 7-0 lead, and then seemingly in the blink of an eye with a minute 40 to go, and basically up until halftime, Falls flipped the script. Two touchdowns from Taylor, and that gave him a 15-7 lead at the half, and they were able to ride that out through the rest of the game.
Adam, Jacob Fyock here. Not only did Michael Taylor have a great game as well, I'm seeing it a little bit on your your posts here on Twitter. Daryl Smith seemed like to be his favorite target. He had 3 touchdown receptions. Armani Morris, I think we saw throughout our Empire State end zone that he had an interception. Talk about some of those players, that just came up big for this Niagara Falls team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Armani Morris ended up having a second interception, too, later in the second half that helped kill some Will North momentum. They were looking to get back into the game. He made a few great plays on defense tonight. And, yeah, like you said, Jake, Daryl Smith as well. Just a really, really impressive player. His first touchdown was a very, very impressive one-handed grab over a cornerback. It seemed like every time Michael Taylor was able to escape the pocket and scramble, Daryl Smith knew exactly where to be on the scramble drill. I believe it was their third touchdown connection of the night. Taylor was able to get out of trouble somehow, and Smith was streaking open in the end zone again. So, yeah, really, really impressive performance from the two of them. And then, I think it was Mike King-Dolson. I think he was cramping up a little bit in the second half, but he had a really strong game running the ball for Niagara Falls as well. Just, like I said, it took them a while to really kind of punch it in and get it going there on the offensive side of the ball. But once they did, my goodness, they did not slow down.
Adam, I know you were there for the Gazette, so I'm assuming you talked to Niagara Falls. The Wolverines had probably the second most impressive loss, only 5 points to a very strong Bennett team. What were their kind of just thoughts after talking to Niagara Falls? What was there like? Did they kind of feel tonight coming that there was a momentum even from a loss that was coming into this? Yeah, I mean, they seemed obviously very confident coming into the game. The slow start where they were down 7-0, the mood kind of shifted a little bit on the sideline, and then, once Taylor was able to give him the lead there before halftime, right back to loud cheering, really excited. Talking to him post-game, I kind of asked, how do you keep this momentum going? Again, like you said, with the tight week 1 loss and now this really impressive win. And it was pretty straightforward answers. Just, I talked to Daryl Smith and Mike Taylor, and both of them just said, we got practice on Monday, taking it one day at a time, one practice at a time, and seeing where it takes them. They both kind of said or hinted that, they want to be a playoff team. They want to make it to the stadium. They want to go to a place where they haven't been before. And, if the offense keeps playing like that, I would have to think that they'll have an okay chance at that. All right. Well, Adam, thank you very much for joining us. You ended up at one of the better games of the night, and I think Niagara Falls is showing to be a breakout team, and I hope it seems like that was a game you must have enjoyed. Absolutely. I cannot say I've seen many 5 passing touchdown performances in my days, so definitely a special night and a great game. All right. Well, Adam, thank you for joining us today. I'm sure you'll be calling in as we move along here throughout the 2025 season. Absolutely. Have a great night, guys. All right.
All right, thank you.
Adam Gorski here, contributed really ever. I think tonight he is helping out with the Gazette, filling in. He'll be helping us out as well throughout the season. I'm sure we'll have more from him going to games on these Friday nights. So, good for him to be at that game tonight. One of the best of the night. We did just get an update in from a comment user on YouTube who says Medina is up on Alden 48-29 very late in the fourth.
Francis, real quick here. I know we might go a little bit over here on 10 o'clock because I really want to talk about Class AA real quick because I think the way that some of these games have gone, just even the past 2 weeks, it is shaping up to, I feel like, could be very tight. And I know that Bennett's going to be up there. I feel like they always have been the past 5 years. It's no doubt they're going to be up there. But with Niagara Falls now, I feel like back in the picture, a close loss to Bennett, and then just a dominant victory against Will North. They're going to have an interesting stretch down the season. And here's who they got next. Next week, they take on Niagara Wheatfield.
It's a non-league game.
Correct.
Keep in mind.
Then they also take on Lockport, which is a league matchup. But then you got 3 straight games after that. Friday, October 3rd, they take on Orchard Park. That's on the road. Friday, October 10th, they're on the road again to take on Lancaster. And then Saturday, October 18th, Jamestown goes to Niagara Falls to face them. So to see how this team could go within the next couple weeks and then have that 3-week stretch, I think it's really going to set the tone of where they could be in Class AA. And I feel like for Orchard Park, I want to take a look at real quick here their schedule.
Well, I mean, if
they
you look,
just went
yep.
0-2 on the season, which is
0-2, but 0-1 in league
right,
play.
But
keep in mind, Niagara Falls is still 0-1 in league play as well.
Right. But they got Lockport next on the 19th. The 27th, they take on Jamestown on their home turf. Then October 3rd, they're home again against Niagara Falls. And then on the 10th, they take on Sweet Home, Hutch Tech after that. And then they end the final game of the regular season against Bennett. So I know that league-wise, it's 0-1, but it's still, after 2 games, falling to 0-2, obviously you never want that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see just from those 2 teams how much could change within the next month or so, depending on how these games fall.
Yeah, and I think, it's a matter of Niagara Falls. I mean, we're still learning about Bennett, right? Right now they're in Ohio taking, we're assuming the Ohio team is a very good program, but we really don't know quite about Bennett a whole lot. We still need another week. Let's see. I just want to pull up who they're going to take on. They take on Hutch Tech, so we might learn more a little bit in 2 weeks when they take on Clarence. It's a non-league game. Their first big game is October 3rd against Jamestown. So that's when we really will learn about Bennett. But we're still learning about what Bennett is. Niagara Falls is finding themselves. Orchard Park got off to a tough start. They're 0-2 right now. We don't really like the Lost Health Sciences, but they stood their ground against Lancaster. Lancaster is 2-0. But they struggled with the McKinley team who is in Class A, who we know is 2-0, but again, they're a class down. So, we can't lose sight of that. Mm-hmm. We're used to these AA teams really putting authority on these A teams, and we're not quite finding it. Obviously, Niagara Falls AA defeating Williamsville North, but it's kind of interesting to see, how these teams are kind of playing out. It's tough at the beginning of the year, and especially with the fact that we have a lot of new players in all these teams we're talking about.
Right.
So we don't really have necessarily something to it's hard to use last year as too much of an example.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Lancaster and too. It's just it's even though 2 weeks into the season, and we're already seeing this AA class. I know we haven't really looked at the other classes yet, but AA is just shaping up to be what could be setting up.
I mean, I think we're
very
looking
interesting within the next month or so.
We're used to a 3-team race that I think we're looking at right now. You can say after almost 2 weeks, this could be a 4-team race in AA.
Yeah, it looks like that.
I mean, another big matchup tomorrow I think we need to at least spend a second on is Kenmore West and West Seneca West. It's an A1 battle. Both teams 1-0. Harlan Brandon was nominated for the Connolly Cup. These are 2 teams that played each other tough over the past few years and could very well be, competing for the top spot in A1. We just saw that we just saw that Sweet Home struggled a bit with Clarence. They had a close win against the Niagara Wakefield team, which got blown out by Frontier. So who knows what those 3 teams will turn out to be. We think right now it seems like it's Ken West and Will North's league for the taking, or West Seneca West and Kenmore West leagues for the taking. Of course, Will North hasn't played a league game yet. But yeah, A1 is wide open, A2 as well. I think I just got a text from Tom Prince. We're going to see, are you okay with sticking around for a little bit, see if we can get Tom in?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I was just mentioning real quick, Kenmore West, their first week opponent, they defeated Lockport, AA school, in a non-divisional round. So West Seneca West against Kenmore West. West Seneca West has a chance to easily start off not only 2-0 overall, 2-0 in league play, but if Kenmore West comes out on top, you can look at it as a 1-0 start for them in league play, 1-1 for West Seneca West. So there's a lot of things that can come into play tomorrow with those teams.
All right, why don't we take a very, very short break? We'll get Tom Prince in line, and then we'll go over for one last time our live scoreboard. This is the Empire State End Zone.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
All right, we're back right now. The one and only Tom Prince is here. He was calling that Lancaster Orchard Park game 41-33. Lancaster holds on for the victory, moves to 2-0. Tom, what did you see from your perspective? It seemed like a bit of a back-and-forth game, but Lancaster kind of put it away in the end.
Well, really, if you think about it, the second half was all Orchard Park, too, outside of the kick return that happened by Lancaster. But I got to be honest with you, this team, and you guys have done games with me, both of you, and you know it's something I always talk about in every single game, but this had more meaning in it than ever was special teams. This had multiple missed points in there. You had a kick return from Lancaster. You had a blocked punt from Lancaster, and then you had a kick return from Orchard Park as well. And that really was the theme of the game. With a minute and a half to go, or in the last couple minutes of the game in the first half, Lancaster scores the touchdown to go ahead. Then Orchard Park goes 3 and out with about, I want to say it was about 30 seconds left inside the half. And then here it is, comes down. Braden Klinger comes down, blocks the punt. Lancaster gets great field position, and they score again to go up 2 scores with 0 on the clock at halftime. And then Orchard Park literally has a great second half, does a great job on defense to really stop Lancaster from scoring. They get it within 2 points, and then sure enough, Lancaster comes down with a great return, and the return was by Ryan Smith. Does a great job as he comes in and causes the score to just go totally in favor of Lancaster. And then late in the game, as Orchard Park is trying to score, throws an interception, runs it back. Hartwick runs it back almost for a pick 6. And then it was all Lancaster then. But when you looked at the score of the game, it was much closer when you looked at it. And like I said in my post-game interview that'll be out there shortly, when I said to Coach Rupp, you've got to look at that last 2 minutes of the first half could have been the difference in the reason why Lancaster wins this game. And if you don't look at that, you look at special teams because they really won the special teams battle.
You know, Tom, something I've been trying to figure out with this Lancaster team, I looked at their preseason questionnaire. It said, 3 starters returning on both sides of the ball. And you can say similar things for Orchard Park. A lot of, returning players. If you didn't have a roster for either last year or this year, and you just watched, last year's team, and you watched this year's team, no names, does it look that way, that there's a lot of new guys for Lancaster, or is this just another case of a big program like Lancaster just reloading?
No, you could tell the difference in the names. You could tell a lot of youth out there, no doubt. But you're going to see is, especially a team like Lancaster that's found a way to win these first two games, that youth is going to get better and better and better as this season goes on. I definitely believe the Lancaster team we're seeing now will not be the same Lancaster team that we see towards the end of the season, because with more reps, with more ability to be able to understand that offense and defense, there will be a great growth as this season moves along with them.
You know, Tom, I don't know if you ever seen like the whole like outlook of what the AA looks like now. But
wait, we should go with that. Did you see the Niagara Falls score?
That's what I was getting to. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. They
no tonight.
Tonight as well.
I haven't seen that score yet.
So.
I'm going to tell you, everybody, I have touted saying that Niagara Falls is going to be in the mix in this division.
So that's
Niagara Falls. They were playing Will North, so you're going to probably tell me it was a lopsided score.
It was Niagara Falls got a big win over Will North, but that was kind of the question I was going to go into. It's, you know, we know what Bennett's like. We've seen what Lancaster does against a team like Orchard Park. Jamestown is going to take on St. Joe's non-league battle, but they're going to have a tough stretch after that in Class AA. I know Francis and I were talking a little bit about like 4 teams kind of battling out in AA. How do you see this AA class kind of coming to fruition? Because it seems like to be a tighter race even after 2 weeks of play.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you guys, don't count this Orchard Park team out. This line showed me a lot today. Bresky, this running back, is the real deal. Budney for Orchard Park is the real deal. This kid ran the ball and was all over the field on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to tell you, this Orchard Park team is going to be someone that I think is going to get better and better and get back into the mix of things. I think that you're talking about 5 teams right off the bat right here. And obviously the 4 that you're talking about now are Bennett, Niagara Falls, Jamestown, and Lancaster as your 4 teams. And no doubt, I think those are going to be the 4 teams that you're going to see. And I think Orchard Park's going to get back in the mix too.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you very much for joining us. Are you going to be on that game tomorrow? We already previewed it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's right. West End and West Ken West. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's going to be a fantastic game. We were talking a little bit about kind of A1 and how that's shaping up in some of the scores tonight, and that could be a game that could decide who wins that division, or at least an early lead.
I tell you, and not only that, this has got the capability of being one of those 30-29 games, right? A big game that we just saw with Orchard Park and Lancaster, the same type of game. You got 2 players right here, and Brandon with 5 touchdowns, a freshman quarterback from West Seneca West, 5 touchdowns. We should see some dynamic offense in this one.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you very much for joining us. He'll be on the call for that West Seneca West Kenmore West game tomorrow. I believe that one's going to be on the NFHS network. Yes, it will be. So, Tom, we look forward to that one as well. Thank you for joining us, and have a safe trip home. All right. That was Tom Prince. Okay.
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 All right. So why don't we? Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's take a look at that real quick just to see where the scores are at. We originally had that game as, I think it said 45-6 or something, or 42-6. Okay. Okay, so right now, looks like we're still seeing those. Okay, so why don't we just refresh it real quick? Francis, why don't we just thank our sponsors tonight?
Yeah. Why don't you go first?
We'll start off with Wingnuts of Buffalo, located near the Buffalo Airport at 4600 Genesee Street. Dine in or order for takeout. Open Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit wingnutsbuffalo.com. We also like to thank SUNY Cortland. SUNY Cortland stands out as one of New York's top public universities, a medium-sized school that offers academic strength across 68 majors, a high quality of student life, and a degree that pays back graduates. Visit www.cortland.edu to schedule a visit today.
Damon University is a private university in Amherst, New York, offering undergraduate and graduate level degrees. Visit damon.edu to schedule a tour today. Richmond Vana LLC is committed to you. Being involved in a serious accident creates a whirlwind of challenges. We know how serious the effects of a car accident can be on the victims and their families. At Richmond Vana LLC, we have helped our clients recover over $175 million. We have the skills and experience needed to handle a full range of car accident claims, including those with multiple parties and catastrophic injuries. Call 716-671-4341 for your free consultation today or visit richmondvana.com.
And then we also like to thank Pathfinder College Planning, Dan Cha-Cha Injury Attorneys, 510 Toy Shop and Sports Cards, The Mental Match with Sam Recco, Canisius High School, St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute, St. Francis High School, Trent's Trophy, recognizing the top linemen in Western New York, along with Lewis & Lewis PC, located at 37 Franklin Street in Buffalo, New York, and Colvin Cleaners, out there on Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, New York.
Plus, Logistics Plus of Buffalo, for all your transportation needs. Full truckload, LTL, dedicated, and drop trailer moves. Logistics Plus Buffalo is a one-stop shop. Email buffalo@logisticsplus.com for your next shipment or warehouse needs. And finally, G&G Fitness Equipment is a full-service provider of specialty home and commercial fitness equipment. Locations in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. Visit livefit.com. And the moment that everyone has been waiting for, the final look at the scoreboard. Jake, do you want to get started?
So it looks
are we updated? Well, let's see. How about Wash? Why don't you give it? Why don't you give me the laptop? How many of them are off from what's up there? Why don't we actually pull up the live score? Why don't you keep that up? And Evan, when we get one wrong, just correct us. So our first game, that's still the same. We're waiting for a final score from the Bennett game. They are out in Ohio tonight. Washington, Massalian in Ohio. Last we heard 35-0 in the fourth quarter. All right, Health Science does get the win, 60-6 over Kenmore East. Southwestern Frewsburg, 41-6 winners over Fredonia. Newfane, 36. Franklinville, Elkinville, 12. That's a final. All right, no update on that next game, Maritime Tapestry against Eden. Williamsville East gets the shutout, 27-0 over Hamburg. Okay, so this one was off. So this one is off the screen. Niagara Wakefield gets the win, 42-14 over Frontier. Did I say that correct? Okay, so that one's wrong on our stream. We're going to get that fixed as soon as we can. We just heard from Tom Prince. He called that game of Lancaster defeating Orchard Park 41-33. Niagara Falls, big game tonight. Most impressive tonight, 34-15 winners over Williamsville North. They go to 1-1, 1-1 on the season, and appear to be a contender in Class AA. Clarence goes to 2-0, 28-13 winners over Sweet Home. Williamsville South, they even up their record, 29-7 winners over Pioneer. And McKinley, they get their first win of the season, 66-14 over Amherst.
And then on the other side of things, Newport and Star Point. So 35-7 was the victory. Star Point bouncing back, picking up that week 2 victory, 35-7 over Newport. Olean edged out Maryvale, 27-26. They also go to 1-1 on the season. Maryvale does as well. Go on to the Pine Valley game. Remember, that was a forfeit because Silver Creek Forestville didn't have enough players, so go on to Pine Valley, grabs the win. Randolph dominant win over Allegheny Limestone Hinsdale 44-13. Cleveland Hill defeating Tonawanda 26-14. No score yet from Akron against Barker Royhart. So Medina, we got that one recently. They won 48-20.
Well, no, that was
Alden.
That wasn't final. That was a very late fourth quarter.
Okay. But if that was late in the fourth quarter, the assumption is, Medina probably won that game. Did we get anything from St. Mary's and JFK? Okay, so no score from there. And then West Seneca East, final over Cheektowaga. We had that throughout our broadcast, 48-20. Chautauqua Lake dominating over Portville, 42-0. Did we get a score at all from Wilson Cat Little Valley? I know we know that Wilson won. Okay, so we got this through the Wilson athletics department account on Twitter. We saw that Wilson posted that they beat Cat Little Valley. We just don't have a score. Dunkirk blowout victory over Albion, 55-6, and then Salamanca over Springville, 35-7. And if I'm correct, Francis, I think there's 4 scores we didn't get. I think we only had 3 last week, like 3 or 4 last week. So very consistent on our first 2 weeks here at the Empire State EndZone, getting the majority of the scores here to show to you guys here tonight.
Yeah, you don't need Twitter, Facebook, any social media. You just need us and keep you updated on all the scores going on tonight. So yeah, and those hopefully those other ones will come in hopefully by morning. As we wrap up here, we want to talk about again tomorrow. Reminder, we are doing 2 football games tomorrow, both at 2:00 on the NFHS network. It's going to be West Seneca West against Kenmore West, and then on WNY Athletics, the big game, Jamestown at St. Joe's, and a big time public-private battle. So,
still plenty more.
Yeah.
Still plenty more football to go.
Week 2 is not over yet.
It's not over yet, and it's definitely not over yet with that Jamestown St. Joe's game. That's going to be one wonderful game to go and watch. So if you guys want to watch it, or if you guys want to head down there, I'm sure that's going to be a game.
I mean, they might have had tickets already to that one. It's tough to get into that stadium. You've been in that stadium on a Saturday afternoon, especially if it's Canisius. They're a big time game. Good luck. I mean, first of all, you got to find parking,
right?
And then you got to get into the stadium, maybe find a seat. You're better off just stay home and watch the game on Western New York Athletics. Much easier. We appreciate it as well. I think we have Joe Kraus and Rick Tom on the call that one. Tanner Saunders, Tom Prince doing the Kenmore West Seneca West. Or if you wanted to go to one game and then you could watch the other and keep it on your phone, like maybe some of you were tonight, watching us at your game. You can always do that. Oh, we have another.
We got another late score, just like last week.
I know. All right, they christened their new home field with the victory, 20-6 over St. Mary's of Lancaster.
So we get Russ coming in clutch for us last week with the final score before we end this show. Evan does the same thing here tonight.
Are you going to give your source and where that came from? Huddle.
Okay.
All right. Huddle posts video. I think that. Yeah.
How about that?
Jake, why don't you wrap this up?
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate everyone that's been tuning into this, whether it's been on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. This is still a relatively new show. But we plan on to do this every week throughout the season. So we thank you
tell
guys
your friends
for tuning into this. Tell your friends whether it's
your
on
enemies
or your enemies.
Well, and
listen.
Don't say
I don't like you, but you got to watch this show
exactly
with this. Okay.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
But yeah, we can't thank you guys enough for tuning into this show. It means a lot for us. We'll be back here next week, next Friday, to go over all the scores that'll be happening, throughout all the Section 6 teams there that take place on Friday. But we want to sign off on this one. We appreciate Evan and Jeremy. Jeremy being our producer, Evan also giving the scores out throughout the broadcast. My colleague Francis Boeck. My name is Jacob Fyock. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Empire State End Zone. We'll see you next week.